What's up?
You're, you're, I try. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, the pleasure's all ours, man.
Yeah.
Oh shit, my microphone wasn't on.
Oh,
Oh, so nobody heard it.
No one heard a damn thing.
So Sean's been talking the whole time, everybody, and
Yeah.
redo
we'll
So
recap.
recap. Happy Friday,
highlights.
everyone. We're joined today with Pierce. I met Pierce in the Joshua Travis stream slash Discord. We both like submit music and have a deep appreciation for music. And he was kind enough to sit down with us today. And yeah. um,
So, thanks, y'all.
so, when did you start playing guitar?
mm, I think I started playing in middle school. One day I was walking home from school. My school was about like maybe 10, 15 minutes away from where I lived, and so I just walked every day. And I was walking home. I got home from school one day, and in the living room there was a guitar sitting there. My mom surprised me with the guitar. I think it was around like it was either around Christmas time or around my birthday time. I don't remember, one of the two. And yeah, haven't stopped playing ever since. So
How long ago was that?
um, it's a little I think I want to say 9 or 10 years is
Nine,
around
ten.
how long I've been playing.
All
Yeah.
right.
Good. You're making me feel less worse.
All I remember is that I was either around 9 or 10 when I started playing the guitar. I started with piano at first. I'll add that too. I forgot to add that. But
Nice, nice.
I wasn't as big of a fan of it as guitar. So
Yeah, it's a good root instrument. You learn lots about scales and modes with a keyboard, which is important. But yeah, guitar is it's just a lot more fun.
that's way more fun. Yeah, like
Yeah,
piano is definitely. I agree. It's definitely a very good instrument to know how to play, including guitar. So yeah.
yeah. It wasn't until I started working with like MIDI tracking to where I was like, all right, I need to sit down with a keyboard and figure out what these notes are.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
don't you think too the notes kind of like they say like maybe I don't want to say make more sense on a piano, but they're just laid out differently than how we're seeing them on a guitar.
yeah. I would say like yeah. When I do like MIDI instruments or whatever, it's kind of easier to just so, the layout is I guess simpler. It's like they're all right here. It's easier to envision where
Yeah,
or see where all the notes are. Guitar can be a
Yes.
little bit of a pain because you're like
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You gotta
looking over.
skip strings a lot more.
Yep.
So do you think your mom just took like a stab at it and was like, I'm gonna get him a guitar because I think he might like this, or were you already showing interest in wanting to, get into guitar, or did you maybe tell her that you had played like a buddy's guitar or something, or
I think she just took a stab. She just took
nice.
an educated guess. I wasn't the biggest fan of piano as much as I love the instrument. I wasn't really putting in the time or effort to get better at it. But I know I'd always loved music. My whole family is loves music, so I guess she was just like, screw it. Let me see if this works, and yeah, it did, to
Nice.
Yeah.
say the
Yeah.
least.
You know what I think it is? I think it's that default piano sound. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't until I started like messing around with synth to where like okay, this is cool.
Yeah,
Like
I definitely agree. Yeah, it got very like it wasn't inspiring, Just
right,
didn't
right.
Yeah.
because back then when you're starting any instrument rather, you really don't really know anything about sounds or like how to get, good sounds. So in my head I was probably just thinking like, yeah, this is not very inspiring to me. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys like me? Like I remember being a kid and my grandma had a piano that just was more of a decorative
Yeah.
piece in the house, but
Yeah, me too.
I think thinking back, like just this conversation kind of struck me and I'm like, I remember hitting that low note on the piano and like it was like the start of metal for me.
Yeah,
No, yeah,
yeah, like
I
it
like
vibrated the ground for you.
right, right,
shook it shook the whole house.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, my dad played piano back then. It was really good, but he kind of stopped. He's more of a record collector now.
Okay.
And the moment I think we moved like 3 times or something like that. But the third time we moved, I was like, "Where's the piano?"
Right.
Because he just, but yeah, I definitely
So
agree.
he just kind of moved on from the instrument.
Yeah, he's more he loves music. He kind of just likes to collect it. We have a
Yeah,
whole
my dad's that. I call him a guitar enthusiast is my dad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Same, yeah. My father, yeah, like I said, we have a whole room dedicated in his house for just like it's the music room. We have like he has like he also DJs from time to time, but he loves like collecting music. He has like 10,000 45s. It's ridiculous.
Holy shit!
Really?
Yeah. I was like, Dad, how do you know what you're looking for when you want to play stuff?
Oh
Like
my god!
Right.
there is so much. Yeah, there's like bins and drawers in this room, but it's like it's a big enough room, so it has you can see everything. But I'm like, man, you go you have to go fishing every now and then to get the things you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
there
Yeah.
anything that he's played like since you've grown up that you feel like it inspired you, like that you fall back on? Like for me, I'm an 80s kid, so like 80s hair metal and all
Yeah.
that stuff was kind of ingrained in me, 70s too.
He and my mom have been very big, like I said, very big supporters of me, and very grateful. Yeah, they were always constantly playing music. I hate to say it, but before I ever listened to rock or metal was I was a rap kid, unfortunately. I was
Nah.
really big in. I mean,
Nothing
I guess
wrong
it's
with
not that nothing wrong with it, but like I wasn't. I really didn't like metal actually, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I heard my mom put on a band called the Pixies. That's the very first like band I ever heard that wasn't strictly rap or pop, and I was like, yeah, this kind of goes.
Yeah.
I kind of mess with this. So yeah, and then from there it went to classics like Led Zeppelin, God, who else? AC/DC,
Yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins was one. I was, and then I started transitioning into grunge. I was really into the '90s sound, Alice in Chains, stuff like that. And then one of my friends in middle school said, "Hey, this is a band called Kill Switch Engage." And then
Hmm.
Oh yeah, that's
and
a
I was
nice
he
one.
Yeah.
gave me a Alive or Just Breathing, and I was like, "Oh, I've been missing out."
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
yeah.
yeah,
That
I
album.
ran that
Woo.
record into the ground. Excuse me. I ran that record into the ground, and then from there, yeah, it's all metal now.
Yeah,
That's cool. So, oh, go ahead,
uh,
Sean. Sorry.
at the time that record came out, I was listening to stuff like Slipknot and Mudvayne,
Oh yeah.
and I was at my dad's house in Atlanta, Georgia, and back then they used to have a place called Media Play, which they sold like I don't know if you've been in one of those. It's like a library slash movie store slash instrument shop,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had all kinds of stuff.
No.
and that was one of the highlights. Like they had like a top 40 metal albums, and
Yeah.
back then, like the album cover is always what drew me in to metal CDs. I'm like, wow, that's some cool artwork. And I I I went home that day and I was listening to that. And I think I called up Matt. I'm like, dude, have you listened to this band? Like,
You
Yeah.
gotta do.
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
whole other element that
it's very big first impression. I agree. Yeah, a
yeah.
lot of. I was that kid. I was like, I didn't want to listen to it if the artwork wasn't cool.
Yeah.
So I was like, I turned off a lot of, I tuned out a lot of bands that I listen to now, just because of the artwork wasn't cool to me. Like I used to hate Periphery stuff, to be quite honest with you, which is
Right.
crazy now because that was one of my main reasons why I'm into this whole genre.
Yeah.
I remember hearing back then too so like bands like Hatebreed, Killswitch Engage. Oh God, I'm blanking on other bands like that I was really into when I first started, more like the hardcore or melodic metalcore. Anyways,
Yeah.
and then Marigold just came out as a single at the time. I think it was a single, or I heard something from P3, and I was like, "This is some of the worst shit I've ever heard in my life." And then now, fast forward now, and it's like they're one of the reasons I still play
It,
guitar.
it's
You know?
Yeah.
weird. It's weird how that works.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
right?
Things
but
grow on
Crazy.
you, you
like
know.
Exactly. Yeah.
one of those bands, like it's like far left field from like gent and modern day metal. But Typo Negative is a band I just recently discovered like 5 years ago, and like I always go back to it. I'm like, I don't know what it is about this goth metal, but oh my god, it gets stuck in my head.
It's
But
sick. That's what it
yeah,
is. It's sick.
yeah, sick.
Yeah, I've don't you feel like the a band's persona can take you a long ways too? Like,
Oh yeah.
not that every band has to have that, but like they have a vibe. Like
Yeah,
Typo Negative has a vibe,
Oh
just
yeah.
the same
100%.
as Sleep Token has a vibe, you
Yeah,
know?
I 100% agree. You know what band that another band too? Issues.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
I don't know what it was. I always, for some reason, strayed away from that sound, and then I'd say in the past couple of years, I've been really loving their music. So
yeah.
like,
I started listening to them right around the time the band Slaves with like Johnny Craig. Like
mm,
everyone hates on Johnny Craig, but like that, it kind of sounded kind of like that, but with like low string guitar, like extended scales, and like
yeah, yeah,
just a really clean sound with nice cleans. And yeah, I do remember Issues.
they're
They
very
had
different.
that cool video where it's like dark and you just walk around. I honestly can't remember what the video looks like.
I think you're thinking of Coma. Yeah,
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 they're doing something very different for the time. That's probably why, or it was pretty polarizing to a lot of people, me included. That's probably why I kind of stayed away from it. But recently, I'm just like, dude, why aren't more bands doing this? Like who
yeah,
would have
Yeah.
thought gent and pop would be like so like interchangeable and
Uh,
like you can
yeah.
do so many
Like
things with like R&B and stuff like that. Yeah.
just last week, I was listening to Volumes, that feels good song that they came out with. I'm like, this is so good. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if
That band
you're
is
a
sick.
huge fan of Volumes, but
Oh yeah. Oh,
uh,
I love volumes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I never really got into them, but lately I've been going back through their catalog, and I'm like, I don't know why I didn't listen to this. This is great.
Oh, for real. I got into them when like their latest record dropped. They were never really on my radar. The only song I really knew and enjoyed was Edge of the Earth or something like that. And yeah, and then their song Bend came out and I was like, "Whoa, this is sick. I like this."
Yeah,
And then yeah, down the rabbit hole I went.
yeah.
Sean, didn't you send me wasn't it Volumes you sent me because I'm a fan of when Barry or Dead split away from Matt, their vocalist, and they had Mike in the band. And
Yeah,
isn't didn't is he was a member, right? He was the vocalist at one point.
yeah. He took the place of Matt, and I think they did like 2 or 3 records with him, but he went. He's the clean vocalist now for Volumes.
Yeah.
And so I was telling Matt, I'm like, yeah, you should check out this band. They're really good. And
Yeah, for Barry or Dead, like those two albums were quite different from like their traditional hardcore sound or whatever you want to say. That they got metal
yeah,
tones to them
no,
too, I guess. It's kind of hard to completely categorize them, but that dude I thought did a great job,
yeah.
and hence
Yeah.
dozen volumes too. So,
Yeah.
So Matt and I, we know each other. Well, we've known each other since we were kids, but the last 20 years we've been in like hardcore, metalcore, deathcore bands together, and
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
so
yeah.
we're along the same path of like listening to like Hatebreed, like the Satisfaction, or uh,
Yeah.
like the whole new metal. Uh,
Yeah, we were through all that.
yeah, and
Like like Hellfest, like Lamb of God being discovered, like
Oh
that
yeah, yeah,
era,
yeah.
kind of. Yeah. So it's kind of cool to see everything evolve too, though.
Yeah, for sure. That was another one that was in my my early journey, all the way back in
Oh,
2014. Yeah,
yeah.
that record was Ashes of the Wake
hell yeah.
Yeah.
was on loop. That yeah, when I heard that I was like, oh, this is it.
It's crazy, like how like I think back to Hatebreed and that era for guitar tone and like what it is now and how people have like you brought up issues like and it took me forever to figure out like using an amp modeler like how did they get it to sound like that
Yep.
like
Yeah. Same.
the really clanky and I find it fascinating like what has happened with guitar tone over time and how it's still just getting better and better
Yeah.
and
Like yeah, it's crazy. How scarily close like all this electronic or all these modelers get to like these fucking these fire breathing amp heads. It's kind of
Yeah.
scary, like what was I gonna say? Yeah, I remember sitting in my in my bedroom like I finished my homework and then I would just play guitar all night trying to get these tones on my my little combo amp and I'm like
Right.
it's not sounding the way I want it to sound, but and then as you get older and you figure out gear and all that, it's like yeah, it's just crazy. It's so easy to get great guitar tones nowadays. It's kind of wild.
yeah it is I've I kind of strayed away from amp sims because what happened is I got into amp sims a long time ago when amplitude was a thing and I remember like buying like the add-ons like the orange amp and like the different like SN57 microphone that you can place on the amp
Yeah.
and even back then the tones were pretty good but then I went to an amp modeler and haven't looked back but now all these new amp sims that are coming out and I try them I'm like oh my god
Yeah. Well, and now you're playing live with on an amp sim. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So,
literally, yeah. I'm amp sim inside of a modeler live.
right.
right
Right.
Yeah, yeah, it's this is gonna sound crazy what I'm about to say, but a lot of tube amps, I had played the amp sim version of a lot of amps nowadays compared to the other way around. It's crazy. I think the only amp I've ever played before actually playing in the amp sim version of it was a Friedman because I'm endorsed by Friedman and he
Yeah.
kindly gave me one of his heads and I was like it's there's I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to sound like an oldie, but because I'm not, but sometimes just feeling the amp behind you just
yeah
booming
Yeah.
is really nice.
oh yeah it's definitely a different experience
But
Uh,
keeping everything nice and contained in a modeler is also very nice, very
yeah
convenient. Instead of lugging around a 100-pound cabinet on stage.
Y-
yeah. Yeah,
yeah
for sure.
I do miss my half stack of just like feeling the vibration through the concrete like rise from my feet to my chest.
Right?
Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Seriously, yeah, it's just like you feel commanding, you feel powerful.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's
I got
like
some stones right now.
Yeah.
I'm him right
yeah,
now.
I
That's
got
when you have an amp behind you. But like me, I'm pro leisure, and
Yeah.
our current setup is like literally all in the box, live, and it's super nice. I'm actually
Right.
thinking of ditching my modeler because uh, um, because there's just plugins are just crazy good, and then
Yeah.
everything is right in there. But
yeah, I'm right in the middle of taking that leap. It's just like I don't know how people are like getting the tones. Like I research a lot about modifying DIs and messing with different IRs and like right now I spent so much time like learning how to use the amp modeler like for what I'm doing like making a metal song every once in a while like I'm just gonna stick with what I got but
yeah, I get that. It's a very it's a rabbit hole. You got to be careful. You don't want
yeah
to.
dude because you can spend so much time and like oh yeah I'm supposed to be writing a song
Literally, yeah. So this is why making a template is so nice because then
yeah
I've learned to if it's not a final, what I do is I write it. I write what I like to just jam to. Like I'll just throw in my ideas in, and then when I'm ready to record them, I go in and I tweak a lot, but I try to just keep it make my workflow as fast as possible. What I use just when I'm just messing around, and then when I finally have what I need, I toss
yeah
them in.
Now, how
So
do you feel like your tracking process? Do you feel like are you a multi-take perfectionist, would you say, or do you feel like you can rip it out and be like, yeah, that one was it.
I try to have a healthy balance. Sometimes I think I might subconsciously hate myself and trying to get stuff all in one pass.
Yeah.
But like, um, it really just depends on the part, you know. If I want my ego to shine through, I'll sit there. But I'm trying to get the best sounding product available like I can.
Yeah.
With as human as what's the word, as natural sounding as possible while still being tight, and
Yep.
yeah,
I try to find the happy medium because
yeah, I love the sound of everything you do, man. Like the amount of heart that it's gonna sound corny, but like uh,
no, go do it.
things can
I'm
be
a
like
cornball.
things can be
Go for it.
like really heavy and like relentlessly just brutal. But like I'm a sucker for like harmony and melody and taking like a something that's sweet and then transferring it into something salty as fuck. Like I think
Yeah.
that's like so devastating. Like
Yeah.
bands that will incorporate melody and then like take a break and just be like, okay, now, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Honestly, sometimes if I write a breakdown and if I'm trying to make like I always I don't know, let me reword this. I'm the melody and atmosphere of a section is just as important as the riff itself.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you've heard, the dun 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 dun. How many times have you heard that, right?
yeah,
But it's the context of it, right? So when I'm not listening to metal, I like anything that's like I'm a big R&B guy, I'm big like neo soul guy, or if not that, ambient music, because like a good atmosphere, I'm a sucker for it, right?
yeah.
But yeah, it's just yeah, context, and it's just as important as the riff, and if I can get both to be working together nicely, then that's just the icing on the cake. That's
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Sean and I were just talking about I think yesterday, and it's always a battle for me because him and I both write separately in our own projects, and we've wrote together for a long time too. So, um, it's so easy to write a song, and I don't know if it dates us a little bit because songs were a little bit more so that way, but um, it's so easy to write a song on let's just say guitar since we're guitar players sitting here for most part, but and forget about all of that extra stuff in the background that really completes the song,
yes,
uh
yeah. I
which you are doing well, I think.
Thank
Uh
you, I appreciate it.
just from your own band stuff and how you capture the stuff and the covers that you've done. I mean, props, man,
Yeah,
because
good
it's
God. Good.
Oh, thank you,
like
man. I appreciate
Sean,
it.
the first time Sean showed me some of your stuff, and I was like, I said it just this way. I was like, I just want to know when he wrote that riff and he was like, all right, I'm gonna play this way now. I'm like, how did his hand even come up with that idea? I'm like, it's not even, there's no traditional count, no, like,
It's I have your answer. It's called torturing yourself.
yeah,
That's what it sounds like.
It's some of this stuff I write. Cause sometimes I write uh, like sometimes it's just like a stream of consciousness, and it's just like it comes to me, and it's like that is so sick. And then like I come back to it, and I'm trying to play it, and I'm like, oh fuck, what was I thinking?
right.
It's like, oh my god, man. No, but yeah, it's always. Yeah, thank you though. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
it a lot.
for sure. For me, like music, I have a real love-hate relationship, even more so nowadays. I think because I'm uh I'm I'm more aware of the stuff I'm trying to write versus before when I was young, I used to just put it out there. It could be 15 different riffs. I didn't care if they went together. I'd be like, there you go, that's a song. But
Yeah.
now so there's days where I pick up the guitar and I'm like, what do I even play this thing for? I am no good.
No, yeah.
Like my own worst critic,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we're all our own worst enemy. Me especially. I'm
for
like,
sure. man.
Some days I'm like, holy shit, how am I even playing this right now? And then the other days I'm just like, wow, why am I even touching this thing?
Right.
I was like, I suck. But
Yeah.
I
That's
mean, yeah,
funny, man.
yeah, it's just I totally get that. Yeah, it's a struggle, but uh, you move, you move.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
So tell me, like, so you get this guitar from your mom. Tell me the progression from the time you got that guitar and you locked yourself in your bedroom and just buckled down. Like, so tell me practice versus fun,
Okay.
you know?
Bear with me because I unfortunately have a really bad memory, but I
same.
remember most of this. Just gotta give me give me a minute for some. There might be some plot
Yeah.
holes, but
Yeah, sure.
um, so we started with yeah. So I see the guitar in my room. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It kind of started off the way the piano started. I was really because it was still I'm learning a brand new skill and it takes a very long time to get proficient at any instrument. And after some light encouraging from my mother, that's when I just locked in, and then I didn't. I think I think I started on like this Epiphone like starter pack sort
I
of
have one of
thing.
those.
Yeah, and then I had a couple lessons, but it wasn't for electric guitar; it was for acoustic. Maybe that's what it was. And then yeah, and then as soon as I started getting electric lessons after the verbal smackdown, we'll call it, from my mom. Yeah, and then I just locked myself in a room, locked in, and then I just have not there hasn't been a day unless I'm flying or something like that where I'm taking a vacation where I haven't picked up the guitar. It's just
Right.
I don't it feels wrong if I don't play it because
Yeah.
I
That
love it so much. It just
that's
feel and
good,
then like
man.
and I get
That
anxiety sometimes when I'm just separated from it if I don't have
see,
Yeah.
see
vacation or something.
I don't have that. Like I'll go weeks without even touching a guitar, but like what you have, that passion, like that needing it, dude, that's awesome. Like lots of
Thanks, man.
people
I
don't
appreciate
like
it.
lots of people don't have that. But
Thank you.
it's
I
just like a
appreciate it.
hobby. But like for me, it's not until I pick it up and start playing it for like 5 minutes, but then I'll sit there for like 2 hours and be like it's it's 8 o'clock. Holy shit!
Right, yeah.
But
It's
Yeah.
like that when I'm recording and like I'm in that groove. Do you guys ever have that where like you have an idea and then you just like all of a sudden like 5 6 hours later you have a full song and you're just like holy whoa
uh,
where did that come from? The
uh,
song just like writes itself.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
wild. Like I'll go months without like writer's block, and then I'll get inspired one day, and within 25 minutes, I'm like I'm just pissed off. I'm like, why did it take this long?
Why did
Like,
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get
It's
that
for
for
me,
sure.
I feel like I have a lot of these moments to where I'll have something partially written and I'll be kind of stuck on it.
Hmm.
And then something will come in my head and I'll start playing that and I'll finish that song completely, effortlessly. You know what I mean? And I completely push the other thing aside. So then I'm stuck with these like, these just like you're the ones that didn't make it, right?
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
got these like partial songs that you end up completing or you don't,
Hmm.
and you're like, all right, well maybe I'll use this riff down the road or.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't listened to that EP in a while.
Yeah, we were jammed it this past week.
Oh, thanks, you guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, that thing was like, yeah, it was genuinely just stuff that was, yeah, just didn't make it. It was cool, but like it didn't have a home on, on anything. So I'm just like, I was like, in my head, I'm like, ah, shit, they're too good to not be, not be given to the public. So I'm just like,
Yeah, you got to give it gotta
gotta give them
it's got
some
to get
love.
some credit, right?
Yeah, like the song Paradise is probably one of my like one of the best things that I've written in my
dude,
opinion.
it's
Like one
so
of my favorite
good.
things I've ever written. Thank you. I actually I did this guitar festival like the Dallas Guitar Festival show. I forget. I think that's what it's called. So it's a cooler name than what I just said, but I used that song in the competition and yeah, I just felt really good playing it because like I'd always loved that song, but it doesn't right now currently it doesn't have a place in our fracture set
Yeah.
from what we're playing currently in our current sound right now that we're working on. But yeah, I was just like I was like at some point I gotta let this song breathe in a live scenario, even if that's for a bunch of old rock and roll heads just sitting in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
crowd during this. I was like, yeah, I gotta play it though. It was really it was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. I couldn't make up my mind what song I wanted to open the stream with. Paradise was the other one I had on
Oh, thank you, dude.
and like the only reason I have that video is because you posted it a long time ago in Joshua Travis's stream. I still have that link to the unlisted video, and like I watch that damn video all the time.
Oh, thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, the reason that's unlisted is like I have no idea if it's what it's gonna be used for. Like I'm juggling. It's like being juggled around.
Yeah,
Is it a
dude.
fracture song? Is it a mono song? Because mono wants to use some monochromatic black. They want to use some parts from it, but like uh, our vocalist from Fracture is like, wait, hold on, I might want to use this, and I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like a juggling act.
Let's get into that. Like, what's
Oh
happening
yeah,
with I can't even pronounce that monochromatic. Uh,
monochromatic black. No worries.
yeah, yeah.
It's a
Thank you.
little bit of a longer name. Yeah, you're no worries. You're good. Yeah. So how that came about was I'm not sure if you know. Do you guys happen to know somebody named Evan or Zev? From the Gorf.
Zev.
Yeah, he's Zev. He's a vocalist. He popped in a few tracks of his. Yeah, but he's a really good friend of mine. We became really good friends. We he actually is in a couple of Fracture songs off Sleepless, I believe.
Uh,
Um, couldn't quote the names. It's been a while. Excuse
Hell
me.
yeah.
That's
But
cool.
yeah, but he actually was doing tour photography for a band called Gore Pig. Monochromatic Black was on a tour with Gore Pig and the Convalescents, I think. Both of those bands, and Evan was doing photography, and then the previous guitar player had like just quit right after during the tour or after. I don't remember the order of events, but he had quit, and then sorry, I lost my train of thought. He quit. Oh yeah, and then Evan just recommended me because he knew me, then and then he told me that he told them, and I was like, oh shit, that's sick. Thanks, dude, I
Hell
appreciate it.
yeah,
And
dude.
then a few days later, Tanya, our vocalist, just hit me up and saying, hey, you want to be a part of this? And I said yes. Yeah, so they had me. My little audition, quote unquote, was I sent in me playing a couple songs they released already, and then I did their tour in September.
That's
It was a lot of
awesome.
Nice.
fun. They're
Yeah,
sweet people, and yeah, and here I am. I'm currently the guitar player.
I
It's been a
had
wild
no
ride so
idea.
far.
Someone actually requested a monochrome. Fuck.
Mono,
No, you're
mono,
good, dude. You can just call mono. You can just call
monochromatic?
mono.
Is it?
Oh
Yeah, like
yeah,
monochromatic, like
yeah.
chromatic scale,
Yeah.
Yeah,
monochromatic black. Yeah,
someone in the stream, they're like, "Yeah, play a mono song," and I'm like, "God, this is sick." And then I think it was Hellbent that was in the chat. He's like, "Yeah, Sleepy's playing in this now." I'm like, "What?"
yeah.
I'm like,
Shout
"That's
out
so
Hellbent.
sick, dude. That's
I love that
awesome."
dude. Thanks, man. Yeah, shout out Hellbent. Yeah, it's been wild. It's been crazy. I've never done anything like this so early on in my musical journey. It's been they're just the sweetest people, and they really took me in with open arms. And I was very scared, honestly, because I had never done anything like this. I'd never been on a tour before, and then yeah, they were so welcoming. They're so yeah. It's just been awesome. Actually, I'm currently in our drummer's basement. He's letting me live here for the whole month because I've been here because we've been working a lot. We've been working super hard. We've been working a lot on new material.
Well, shit, man. I appreciate you doing this. I didn't know that you were in the middle of a tour. That's
Oh no,
awesome.
no worries, dude. Yeah, we only had okay. Speaking of tour, we actually just got off a few weeks ago. A tour with Victims and 156 Silence, and that was amongst probably some of my favorite shows I've ever played. It was crazy getting to play to all these people who had no idea who we were, and then they were just going nuts. Like, so we had the first week of the tour. They had like a regional support for each week. Like, we were the East Coast, so we were the first week. Yeah, and every show was sold out. Yeah, every show in our run was sold out. Like, we played uh bear with me. Detroit, Pittsburgh, Brooklyn. Um, shoot, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Syracuse. And yeah,
Oh,
every
sick.
show was packed. We were the first band on the bill. I'm just sitting there shaking in my
Oh,
booth
dude, hell
backstage. I'm
yeah.
just like, I'm going to piss myself.
Yeah, dude.
No, but it was crazy. Like just looking at the crowd, like and just seeing a whole room full of people just like passionate about metal. It was just
Right. Nowhere near where you live, just are
exactly
there.
so far from home, like literally across the country, and just seeing like how many people were like saying, "Yeah, I've been a fan." I mean, like and like how receptive they've been of me, and how
That's cool, man. I
yeah,
wish
there's
we
like
would have known. I would have loved to come out. Where'd you guys play?
no worries, dude. Yeah, I'm very bad with social media,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
yeah, we're
we
out of Detroit, so like
oh nice nice.
where in Detroit did you guys play?
We played the Sanctuary.
Oh yeah.
Oh
That's
man,
nice
that's
So
like
spot.
right down the street.
Yeah.
yeah, that yeah, it was fucking wild. It was like 400 people in that room. Then
No
the next day
shit,
was Pittsburgh. There was 800 people in that room, and I
Really.
looked down there and I'm like,
Right.
dude,
Shit.
I've never played to this many people, and it's I shit you not, I was I was literally setting my stuff up. I was shaking like my hands were just like this. I'm just like,
dude. Yeah,
dude, I don't know if I can do this.
dude.
But as
That's
soon as
crazy.
you play that first song and how crazy everyone was going, I was just like, dude, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
But, oh yeah,
It's like the power you have when you're just playing in front of a packed room. You're just like, yeah, I can move mountains.
dude,
Yeah.
dude.
Dude,
For real.
I am God.
Yeah.
Not actually.
I,
I'm just a mere mortal, but yeah,
oh
it was
man,
awesome. Also, I wanted to bring up, I don't know how much I can say, but um, I think everything's finalized, but I will be on a full U.S. 5 week tour with Carnifex in June. So I'm gonna assume there's
nice.
Detroit date. So if
Nice.
so, I will let you guys know.
Fuck yeah.
It's all being it's gonna be announced very very soon. But it's crazy.
Sick, dude. Oh, dude, I remember being so in like 2006. I was in a deathcore band, and I had no idea who the Devil Wears Prada was.
Oh
And,
wow.
we was opening for them at a place called the Modern Exchange in Southgate, Michigan. And
Sick, dude.
I'm setting up my crate amp and like my my line 6 spider valve. And I turn around, I'm like, dude, same thing. Legs are shaking, like freaking the fuck out.
You're I am going to pass away.
Yeah,
I'm literally playing
Yeah.
before the Devil Wears Prada. That must have been so sick, dude.
yeah. I never heard them before, and I stayed for the whole show and watched them perform. It was right when they released their first album with Joey Sturgis. I forget
Oh,
the
nice.
name of it. It's the one with like the angel statue on it. Um,
Oh, it's been a while
but
since I visited them.
but
Yeah.
dude,
Been a
that
while.
it was such a sick show. They're like one of those bands that literally were taking their guitars and like doing this shit the whole fucking time, and I'm just like, wow.
Got some stones.
Yeah, dude.
That's it scares me.
So I gotta back up a minute. So you're gonna go on tour with Carnifex, as in like you're playing?
Yeah,
Eh,
yeah,
You're
like
feeling like
we're
is this well maybe you can't say.
no, I can say it's literally about to be announced. If I do if I'm not here tomorrow, I wasn't allowed
Right,
to say,
there
but
shouldn't have been.
but I only live
Right.
once.
Guess it shouldn't have been announced, right? No,
but
that's killer, dude.
yeah, we're the like the whole tour, not just a week, the whole 5 week like full US tour. It's with bear with Body Box, Distant, which is
Yeah,
badass.
Oh
their
hell
new
yeah.
shit's
I
pissed.
love Distant. You wanna know what's crazy too? Literally today, sorry, a little off topic, but
No.
they just released a plugin, the Tone Suite.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And
Yeah.
the guy from Wavemind hit me up and he's like, "Hey, you want to check this out?" And I'm like, "Absolutely, I want to check
Yeah.
this out."
Oh
So yeah,
yeah.
was messing around with it before I got on the call. Anyways, yeah, it's with them. And then Devourment's on there for a couple weeks, not the full thing though. And then there's another band. Shoot, Suffocation.
Oh
Oh,
Suffocation.
sweet.
shit.
Suffocation is the direct support for that. And I'm like, dude, it's gonna be it's gonna be insane, dude. I can't wait. They're playing. He's like
Yeah.
they're playing theaters. I'm just like.
I love to hear the excitement in
Yeah,
your
I
voice.
wonder.
Yeah,
It,
like when I heard that, this was back in September when we got that confirmation we were gonna be on the whole thing, and I was like, yeah, you're lying to me, lying to my face, you're lying to me, and
dude,
then like no, we're for real. Like he's showing me the email, and I'm just like, it's yeah, it's crazy cool though. It's
Fuck
pretty
I
yeah.
was
cool.
just gonna see. So I should be able to find this tour, right?
As in, what do you mean,
Like as
like
far as
post?
the dates.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, we have dates. The dates I is from June 20th to August 2nd. I believe is
I
5
just I
days.
was just curious. I wanted to see when. Oh,
Let
there
me
we
pull up.
go.
Let me pull up the email and
so
and
so
I'll.
let me see if I can say this. Monochromatic black. Okay, got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, score.
Sorry about that. It is a mouthful. I did not come up with that name.
So where are they based out of?
They're based out of Long Island, New York.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically every time we have like a tour or whatever, I am uh English. Yeah, every time we have a tour or like shows or content we need to make, I fly out from California.
Let's see. I'm trying to get this to pull up. I just wanted to see where you guys are going to be in Detroit.
Uh,
Um, I'm not sure what venues are in Detroit. I was in there for a day, so I wish I knew. I should be educated on this. My fault, but
I don't believe that you would be at the sanctuary. I think
oh, I
you
don't think
would
so.
probably
Yeah,
think
St.
you would
Andrews
be,
they were saying theaters, so I'm like,
yeah.
Majestic Theater or something.
like theaters. Oh, oh, uh-oh. I gotta show up and
Yeah,
show
man,
out.
Oh,
where
dude,
would that?
I'll definitely show up next time you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
come
it'd be
through.
cool to see it for sure.
Yeah, I'll be at the. I'll be Man, I wish I could speak English. Sorry. Yeah, I'll be every time after every time we perform, I always do merch after the show. So after we perform, so yeah, if you're after we're done, we're the first band out of the bunch. So as soon as we perform, I'll be at merch for most of the night.
Okay.
I would love to see you too. It'd be
Fuck yeah,
awesome to see you
yeah.
in person.
Yeah, that's
We'll be there
killer,
then.
dude.
Yeah, it's a very big thing, and I was like, and yeah, it's I'm still wrapping my head around it. It's like my second ever tour, and I'm like already
Yeah.
touring with some crazy cool bands, and I'm like, shit, do I deserve this? I don't know,
Yeah.
but this is
Oh,
sick as
you
fuck.
fucking
I can't
deserve it.
wait.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh,
You
don't.
deserve it.
No, no.
Sean, do you remember that time that we were supposed to play with Carnifex?
Yeah. I
Do
think
do you do you really remember? So look,
Oh,
we
actually?
well, so we got on a bill. Like they were supposed to be in town and we got on a bill and the venue lied.
yeah.
The
Oh, that's
venue
fucked up.
lied and
That's messed
said
up.
that they were coming and they were never scheduled to play there.
That
And
is
like
messed
people
up.
showed up, like
Oh
fans
wow.
showed up
Oh
to see
wow.
them
Oh,
and
Oh,
it,
dude,
yeah.
it's fucked
it was
up.
just
Yeah.
you. Oh wow. It was to every. Oh wow. That is messed up.
And we went
And
way early. It was at I don't know if it was I believe it was us, Sean, because Greg was with us
yep. Yep.
um and we were there early and it was in like I don't know if you know like Detroit at all, but like
Sketchy
there's a couple
Detroit.
venues in Detroit that are super sketchy. Like
Yep.
you're probably ain't gonna have a car when you come out. Like
Oh
it,
wow.
high crime.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
and yeah, we were
basically.
like
Yeah.
stuck for hours just kind of hanging out in this just beaten downtown.
Beaten down.
Yeah, we were actually talking to a police officer right at the venue, and he's like, You guys are good right here." He's like, "Don't go a mile that way."
Yeah,
And
we never ventured.
we're like, we're gonna stay right here, sir."
If a police officer is telling me that, I ain't moving an inch. I ain't moving an
Right.
inch. That is, I was like, I will respect your words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. That's
One
messed
one
up though.
time, so the first show I ever played was Harpo's. And Harpo's is like super known, like 80 shows, bunch of metal, like and big like Hate Breeds came through there and uh so I go with my buddy one time. I think we were seeing it was like Down or something like,
Oh
like
nice.
around the Phil Anselmo era. But so we go and we stop at a local Burger King and we're in the drive-through and this lady comes up and she's like, "Sir, please don't shoot me." She's like, "I'm pregnant. I
Oh,
just need some money.
oh
I'm
my
hungry."
god.
She's like
No.
she's showing us her belly and stuff, and we're like, just
Poor thing.
kind of shocked by it all, right? So a year goes by. I'm at Harpo's again, gonna go to a show. We stop at the Burger King, and I'm telling my friend, yeah, me and So came to this show, this Burger King, and this lady came up. No lie, as soon as I said that, here comes the same lady, same spiel, showed me her belly again. It was the craziest thing ever. I'm like, this
Oh
lady
wow.
must just do this every day, you
She's
know?
just scared for her life.
And the crazy thing is she kind of looked pregnant. Like
Oh,
it wasn't like fat belly. It was
fat
like,
belly. Yeah.
yeah.
Little
Sean, where'd you
rolls.
go?
Oh, he ditched us.
Did he? Oh man. Uh
Does he have cats? I
yeah,
think
it's
I
pretty
heard cats.
wild
Like
though, dude.
that's crazy. Does Sean have cats? I heard cats meowing. Somebody.
No, he don't.
No.
He's got a dog.
Am I just going nuts? Is it the cats upstairs?
Yeah. And I have a cat, but my cat's like you definitely wouldn't hear him. He's upstairs.
Oh man, he
Uh
ditched us then.
so what do you think of touring so far? Like
It's
any bad experiences?
well
Let's
um
talk about sleep.
non-existent. I don't get good sleep anyway, so
No.
I was kind of prepared for that.
Yeah.
But so what happened was actually this is a story. So the first day went great. We got to so actually hold on. So our tour I'll back up a little bit. So our tour manager, who's now our manager, he had to drive. So we borrowed Victims' van, like their old van, because they were taking an RV for this run, and so he had to drive that van from his home in Chicago. Oh, hold on, Colorado, one of the two, Chicago or Colorado, one of the two. He had to drive from Denver. Yeah, there it was Denver to Long Island, which is like C drive, and then and then we were able, and then from there to Detroit, which is like already a long like 8 hour drive, 8 10 hour drive, and then the next day we are supposed to go to Pittsburgh, which is the biggest show of our run, and our coolant hose had broke. So I'm just sitting there, just like
Oh no.
we're all just
Right.
sitting there. So we all paid for a hotel that night, and so yeah, we were like in the morning frantically trying to find somebody who would fix it in time, and nobody it came down to the fact that the closest Firestone near to us was able to get it fixed that day, but we would be already performed to be performing past performing by the time we would get the van ready. So our tour manager, and this is like the best like stroke of luck for us. So the one of the other bands, Heavy Hitter, was literally 10 minutes away from our hotel. And we asked like, dude, can we share like just for this like one run? Can we literally just like throw all of our stuff in your van and we just and go to this just to we could play this show? And he goes, yeah, no worries. The sweetest people, by the way. If you haven't heard Heavy Hitter, go check them out. They're the sweetest dudes, funniest dudes. But
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
and we drove to Pittsburgh together, and we had a fun ass time. But yeah, we if they weren't there, we probably wouldn't have never played that Pittsburgh show. It was wild. And then to finish that, our manager stayed in Detroit, some in the middle of nowhere, Detroit, waiting around for the van to be fixed, and then
Oh
drove the
god.
van by himself all the way to Pittsburgh. Oh yeah, Sean. Yeah, I
It's
was
probably
saying.
the Firestone right down the street from me.
Oh yeah. I don't remember where it was. It was like it was a it was like a branch of Hampton or some hotel branch. And just in the middle
Okay.
of nowhere, Michigan.
Yeah.
I was like, I could look down the road and see just road that way and road that way.
Right. Nothing. Right.
Just nothing. But yeah, that was pretty scary. But yeah, we made it in time for load in, and yeah, it was a sick ass show. Probably the biggest
Yeah,
I've ever
that's
played.
that's the good stories where you can squeeze in a pinch.
Oh, yeah, for real. Yeah, we got so lucky, man. We got so lucky. It wasn't like
Oh,
it
hey.
wasn't like a radiator break. It was like, I mean, we probably could have thugged it out honestly if we couldn't get it fixed in time. But like, yeah, it was it was wild.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
that's the good ones though, where you can, you made it to this like the pivotal show of the whole.
Right? Of course, the biggest show of the run, and we almost weren't able to play that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, it was a fantastic show. Everything went smoothly. We even got a sound check, which is really sick.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's cool. That's
yeah.
always nice.
The record shop is dangerous. As in, like, I walked out of that store with 6 records, $200 down.
Oh
Damn.
yeah, for sure.
I'm like, wow, I really am bad with money.
Oh,
No, but
dude.
it literally had everything I was looking for. And I'm just like, dude, like, I'm gonna be so broke, but I have to.
Yeah,
Even the guy like who was checking who's at the register was like, sorry, bro.
right,
I hate to do that to you, but like, I'm like, no, don't be sorry, man. You have some good stuff here.
right.
Anyways, yeah, it was an awesome experience.
Yeah,
And then
it's no secret that vinyl is you gotta,
I'm a vinyl collector. When I'm not playing music, I am spending money poorly on vinyl because I
you
want to
see
have
what's
the
gonna
record.
happen. Now
Yeah.
you see your dad collects all this stuff, and you're gonna
Right?
slowly turn in. Right,
I might turn into a CD nut because our
right.
drummer. I'm literally standing next to a wall of CDs. I'm not kidding. It's all alphabeticalized. He's yeah. I might turn into a
Yeah.
CD guy because vinyl is getting too expensive.
It
Right.
is. I started collecting about 5 years ago. I'm yeah. It, I got like 500 now, and my camera just like zoomed way the fucking way. There you go.
Back off.
Yeah, back off, dude. No close up.
Back off.
Extreme close up. No.
No, but yeah, it's a blessing and a curse. It's nice to input into Discogs and say, yeah, I got this record, and you realize, oh shit, I'm down $500.
Yeah. Yep.
It's nice though.
I like it though because it forces you to like sit down and actually appreciate it rather
Exactly, yeah.
than just open an app and go through the algorithm and stuff like that.
It's really nice actually getting to play them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have yeah my father gifted me a really nice record player for my birthday last year, and and he gave me some of his old speakers, and I'm just like
Oh,
that whole day I didn't even okay, that was the one exception of not touching my guitar. I was like the whole day I was just playing through all the records I currently had, and I'm just like it's like I'm one of those weirdos who actually enjoys like the skip and having to go over and like
Oh yeah,
change the side, put it down, and then just
yeah.
But
yeah.
yeah, it
That's
was
the experience,
Yeah.
right?
right. Yeah, and then it just made me want to collect more and spend more money on it because it's just like I always love owning a physical copy of the bands that I like, and that's my rule though. I always make sure that I actually enjoy the record and not just buying it because it looks cool. Because
Yeah.
that's what it used to be
Right,
like.
right.
Or like if I heard it once and I kind of just shoot it off and like, oh, if I see it in a store, I'm like, oh, it's there. Oh, I technically listened to it, trying to like reason with myself. But now I'm good. I just like if I actually enjoy the record and I find it in the store, I will buy it. And it's more satisfying when you're in the store and you find what you've been looking for a while than just finding it online. Like, oh yes, I can. It's more rewarding, I should say.
Yeah,
You're
Man.
supporting the
definitely.
store. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a psycho too with like the anti-static brush and like the little glue that like you put the stylus in to like get
Oh
the
yeah.
dust off and shit. And
Every time I get a new record, I have like 8 records. I have to fly home, and I'm like going to my dad has a nice cleaner. I'm just like, hey dad, it's cleaning time.
take out the jet. Like,
Take out the jet. Time to clean. Yeah, it's fun.
Oh,
I enjoy it. My wallet doesn't, but I enjoy it.
right, right. Just like anything.
Just yeah, just literally just like
Yeah.
music gear. Yeah.
Music gear. So I told Sean we were watching something of yours recently, and I was like, all right, he's got like more guitars than I've seen because every time he's playing a different one. So let's hear the collection.
Oh, you want the collection? Okay. Right now, I can only bring one guitar on me. I wish I could bring the whole fleet, but right now, my newest addition is Give me 1 second. I'll bring her over.
Oh yeah.
This bad boy. Our drummer works at Guitar Center, so he gets me deals. But I got the M80M for like
Oh
cameras.
yeah.
Yeah, this thing has been insane. I love the color pink, so I had to. Oh, I'm missing the knob, but pink knobs.
oh,
Pink,
nice.
pink
Yeah.
little. Yeah, it's an absolute. It's insane. I've been wanting this guitar for a long time, but Ibanez decides to do it seasonally at random times. They never tell you when they're restocking the damn things. So I'm just like sitting there every day, just checking. Like, is it there? Is it there yet? Is it there yet? And
Yeah.
then they had gone back in stock in Guitar Center. And I was like, "Hey Ed,
Well, we're
you wanna
showing
tell me how
off our
much this is?
toys.
We're showing off our toys. Oh yeah, I've been wanting to try one of those. How is that? How's that guitar?
It'll be good once I get it set up correctly.
Oh yeah.
It's
How
got
you
a
liking the
couple.
multi-scale?
Got a
Is the
couple.
multi-scale cool for you?
Yeah, it's my first multi-scale, so I'm not
Oh
used
yeah.
to it, and it has a couple issues on the nut. The
Oh yeah.
the the low string is really raised, so I'm having a hard time fretting. I'm not gonna do it now, but there's lots of fret buzz on the first 5 frets.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's a little weird getting used to at first, but it's a very it's very cool. I personally am liking the straight scale more. That's just me, but I love both. My Bossy is a insane, and then I guess that's a good segue. Yeah, the Bossy. It's probably
Yeah,
gonna
I
have to be.
seen that.
Yeah, that guitar was my first ever 8 string. Um, they had just gone up, and then and in great Abasi fashion, they always go out of stock like that. You never have an opportunity to get them. But some dickhead, the ones that buy stuff just to resell it. I don't like those kinds of people. But hey,
Right.
whatever. It aided me at this point anyway. So the I believe it's the Legion series, one of the old ones that still has the Abasi logo on it. So it was one of those runs, and they had sold out. Couldn't get my hands on one. I was like, whatever. Usually how it goes. And then someone listed one on Reverb for like 1,500 steel. I was expecting it to be 3 grand, 1,500, and I'm like, oh shit, I can't pass up on that. And lo and behold, it is now it is now a part of my collection. But yeah, that guitar is insane. Um,
Nice.
it's the only guitar right now that has active pickups that I enjoy, which is probably
Yeah.
going to be a hot take. It's probably because of this guitar, because Lundgrens. I don't like how Fishmans sound anymore. Well, they still sound great. Don't get me wrong, but I've been really digging the passive sound. It's
Yeah,
I have a lot more control over it. It's not as compressed. It's not like I call active pickups like mastered pickups, because like there's a literal like motherboard in the pickup that's like has like this crazy EQ voicing or whatnot, and you can kind of tell it's like how do I explain this without getting very very
yeah.
nerdy?
I noticed that when that's one thing I noticed about the 8 string. Like the pickups react a lot different on an 8 string than they do on a 6 or a 7. And
For
like
sure.
I could easily see passives being a lot better for an 8 string because like I have a really hard time getting chords to sound right on an 8 string. Like it sounds like too much like compression or
Yeah,
something.
it's very even, like the sound of actives. And that's probably in part to do with like the EQing inside of the motherboard, because it's a snapshot of whatever the sound the artist wants, or if it's like one of the modern versions, and then they just put it on the board, and then it's in the pickup. And then yeah, with passives, it's like playing this guitar. It's just like it's insane how much more, I guess, variety. It's like it's obviously not compressed. It's like then again, the Lundgrens are insane as it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a Schecter iron label that had those Lundgrens in it, and it was awesome. It had like a Evertune bridge, and
Oh, nice. Oh, was it like the Mock series
yeah,
or whatever it's called?
it was like a wood grain. It was an evil fucking looking guitar, but the I ended up I ended up trading it because
I get that.
I just I didn't like the feel of the neck. I'm really picky when it comes to guitar necks. I like a glossy, like smooth
Yeah.
transition type neck,
Hmm.
and it had like a really grainy. I kept getting my hand stuck on the
I
neck,
get that.
and
Yeah.
I was really new to Evertune, and like I was trying to figure out like the whole 3 zone system, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like,
No, that's my biggest like scare with Evertune. I want them really bad, but like every guitar that I've played that had one, like I bend so much, and I haven't been able to figure out how to like get it in that sweet spot without thinking I'm messing up the guitar. So I kind of
Yeah.
just leave it, and I'm just like, I'll play stuff that doesn't have bending, even though every riff I know how to
Yeah,
play or learn
and you
has
don't.
bending in it.
Yeah, and you don't want to limit yourself. That's one
Exactly.
thing that I had a hard time with, like the whole bend thing. I do the whole, I guess what they call boomer bends now, but and yeah, like with the Everton, you have to find that sweet spot, and like you have to set it up to perfectly bend as far as you want it to bend. But
Yeah.
I tell you this, that guitar did not go out of tune. Like my house
So that's
goes
nice.
from about 60 degrees to 80 degrees like during the day, and like not one time did it go out of tune. It was
That's
ridiculous.
awesome, dude. Yeah, dude. I've heard nothing but good things about tuning. Obviously, that's the whole thing. But it was like that sounds awesome, but it's like, yeah, I'm just scared of like how do I set up this magical device
Uh,
so I can do both. But yeah, and then yeah, back to the guitar collection thing. I have too many.
oh,
I know you see a shit ton on the rack, but I'm trying to get rid of some. But I mean, companies are just so gracious and grateful. I'm so grateful for some of these companies. They just send me stuff, and I'm like, I feel bad because I'm like, I should be paying for these things, but like Ernie Ball, what's it called? The Jason Richardson one you think you've seen, especially
Oh,
in the Midnight Hymn video. Yeah, they gave me that guitar.
oh my
that's
god.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm just like shit, dude. Like
Right.
That's
Like,
I was like, you sure? I was
that's
like this is
awesome.
not a cheap guitar. I was like, I'm totally fine with paying for this. And they go, nah, man, just tell me what you think of it. And I do, and I love that guitar. I'm actually training that in with for a Majesty. I was talking to my
Oh,
guy at Ernie Ball,
those
and
are
they were
so
like,
nice.
yeah, they just dropped this new color, like Her Majesty's request, and I'm just like, bro,
Dude, I've always wanted the dragon. It was like a violet and green mix.
oh, like a finish
Majesty.
option. Oh, that sounds awesome, dude.
Dude, it was sick. Mike Stringer used to have one, and I wrestled a bear once.
Oh yeah,
And first time I saw him play that guitar, I'm like, I'm getting one. Then I saw the price tag. I'm like, no,
I'm not getting one.
no, I'm
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 not
not.
not
getting
getting.
one.
I'm not getting it.
I'm getting it.
I'm
I'm not
getting
getting
I'm getting a car
it.
instead.
I'm gonna get a car instead. Nah, for real, dude. All this money on guitars I should be spending on a car.
That's funny. I was at work today, and a buddy of mine just bought a like a 76 Les Paul, and my other buddy was like, "You should put that down on your new car," you know.
Put a down
But he
payment on
don't
that.
get it. I was like, he can't play his new car. He can only play the guitar, you
Exactly.
know.
Yeah. Like, what is he thinking? He's out of his
Yeah.
mind. No,
My
but
thing, the guitars, and you were talking like straight scale versus multi-scale, and I'm particular. I feel like I like the straighter scale more.
yeah,
I haven't played multi-scale a bunch either though, so I can't really rule it out, but scale length lately has been super important to me, and
100%. Yeah.
especially like playing an 8. Like so I have an Agile um that has a 27 and 5/8 scale.
Oh, nice.
And then I have a Teo John Brown signature 8,
Oh, nice, nice.
and
I've always
and
wanted to
that's a
play one of those.
27-inch scale. And I feel like it's got a little bit more slop to it. I'm playing like 80 on my low E, but compared to the Agile, I honestly, and the Agile is a cheaper guitar, but it kind of plays better. And then
No,
you're
totally. Yeah.
talking 808s versus the Colossal pickup,
Yeah.
which is a Schecter or John Brown collab that they made, and that's passive.
Yep.
Um, and I like it. It sounds good. It's just uh I'd show you either one of them, but they're both in the guitar. I'm getting the neck shaved on the Agile, and
Hmm.
speaking of gloss necks, Sean likes gloss necks, and I'm like, I want slippery, like satin finish type of,
Same. Yeah. I've every guitar I've played has had a gloss neck, and then I try one of these, and I'm just like, shit. Yeah, the satin's the way to go for me now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want the neck to feel like like a cue of a pool table, like
Yeah.
that type of slick to where like there's no there. Yeah, like I've had lots of ESP guitars that have that matte finish,
yeah.
and I always get hung up on the neck. and it's such like a picky thing to say, but like if the guitar doesn't feel right, like I don't know,
Yeah.
it just kind of sucks. Like I
Yeah,
can't really get
for
into
real.
it because I'm like ah.
No, I totally
This
get that.
this is you can't see, but this is matte finish. If I
Oh
could
yeah,
turn off my stupid
You got the
it's not stupid.
background going.
It is not stupid. Shut your mouth.
uh
It's not stupid.
but that's the Arctic metal for the LTD. You
That's
can kind of
sick,
see if
dude.
I can move it around a little bit. Let me see. There we
That's
go.
the
you're you're like the headless horseman right now.
that's the cousin to the black metal series, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking. I was because I needed a guitar in drop A, and then I forced the band to move to 8 strings. So that was kind of relevant. But I was gonna get one of those black metal ones and then mod it, like put an Evertune on it and all that stuff. And then I was like, I found this guitar, and I was like, just kidding.
Yeah.
But
That's
you
kind of
know
what
what?
happened to me. I bought that one, was playing the 7, and that's drop G. And then I got the 8 on a good deal, and I was like, I don't play the 7 no more.
I don't play this. No need.
But
I
I
can
still
go.
grab it, like, cause like the stuff that I have recorded in my band is all with the 7 string, but all the new stuff that we haven't recorded is all on the 8.
Yeah,
So
for sure. I understand. Yeah, and also something dangerous. ESP just dropped the uh the 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 yellow Steph Carpenter thing, 8 string, and I'm just like,
I
someone's
don't
gonna have a
know if I
backup.
seen that.
Oh, you have? Oh, uh,
No.
after this, check out. Yeah, it's a brand new model for
Has it got
Steph
the
Carpenter.
double humbuckers too,
Yeah,
like typically?
yeah. So I don't know if you've seen. I have the green sparkle telly. I have
Yes, I have.
7 string.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I took. I was indifferent. I didn't really mind. It didn't bother me having the double pickup in there, but I honestly never used it. And how easy it is in Fishman's to just take out the pickup.
Yeah,
And
because you
so
can just it's a pick guard, right? So
it's like a little quick connect in the back. You just like take out the little. So it's like
yeah,
7 prong thing on the back of the pickup. You just unplug it and you're good. You don't have to resolder anything like that. And then I bought a custom pick guard from Afterman Guitars, like a black
right.
alloy
So
one.
you don't have a hole.
Yeah, and then I swapped that out, and I honestly and that's where I found my love for one pickup guitars. As much as I love a good neck pickup, I'm like the one the Apocalypse Doom just
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like
machine
the
with one
Nick
pickup.
Gordon. Yeah, Nick Gordon.
Also, just make my life easier on stage. Like I try to avoid playing clean parts, especially in mono,
Yeah.
which is good for me, because much as I love atmosphere, we're not playing that much. Well, maybe on the new stuff, tease. There's a lot of atmosphere that I'm bringing into this, but I'm trying to avoid playing any of that because with one pickup. But it just makes my life easier. It's less shit to accidentally
Yeah,
uh, flick
if
on during a set.
I had to
Yeah.
bet, I would say like 90% of metal guitarists never even use the neck pickup.
Exactly, yeah. And if I need like if I'm playing a clean part, I'll just EQ it like a neck pickup. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
add more low end and more like more low mids than I would need.
yeah.
Yeah.
But just so it's not so ice picky, you know. But yeah, just variables.
Yeah, one thing I like about that 8 string, it's got a split coil. So if I turn on
Yeah.
that split coil and then I put it in like the bridge neck position, it gives a really cool sound to it. It's like
It's like I call it the stank face tone.
yeah, dude, it's like
Every time you hear it, you just want
Right.
the squawk,
the squawk.
the
Yeah.
squawk. Yeah. Also,
Nice.
to get more nerdy, sometimes with multi-scale guitars, they'll have like the pickup super far away from the bridge, and I've noticed that kind of starts sounding more like a middle pickup or like a split coil thing. That's mainly on Strandbergs, and I'm not the biggest fan of how those sound. That's probably why, because the pickup on this thing is so close to the bridge. It's like
Yeah, it is. Holy cow.
it's like they're touching.
It's like a finger width in between there.
Yeah, like almost not even. Like I can't even get my
Yeah.
finger in there. It's
Now,
crazy.
do you find yourself like are you playing back on the bridge like with your palm or
Yeah, the bridge is my comfort, and it's despite what people say about this bridge and how much they hate it, it's actually one of the most comfortable things I've ever played. It's
yeah,
like it's reminiscent of the I don't know if you ever played guitars with like the Schaller Hannes bridges. I don't know if you ever heard of that
I know
bridge,
what you're talking about.
but it's like they're all mostly Mayones guitars, and it was like sandwiched and bolted from like in the body, and they were
Yeah.
super. Yeah, I've played some at Name, and they were super comfortable. And this is the closest I've gone to that. And honestly, despite what people say about it, I actually don't mind it because it's not floating. It's like there's a screw inside of the bridge that's bolted into the guitar, so
Okay.
it's
I
not
was
floating.
wondering when I looked at it because it looks like a floating bridge, but
I
it's
I
not, huh?
it's not. I thought so too, and I was gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be a nightmare, isn't it? And no, it's literally, yeah. I leave the nut unlocked because
Yeah.
because it doesn't come. So I bought hip shots for this thing, and I put those in, and then yeah, I just leave the nut unlocked because I'm like don't really need it because I'm already
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah,
Now your scale, that's 28, isn't it? Isn't it?
it's like something granular. It's like 29.4 or something.
Oh yeah.
It's almost as long as like the baritone jazz master
Yeah.
that I have. That yeah, and I'm like, dude, the scale length makes a huge difference. Even though it feels like I'm playing a short scale bass,
Yeah.
with the amount of strings I have on it and how hard I make shit sometimes. But
So my Teo guitar, I think they're
Mhm.
changing strings due to scale length because I've been playing string joy for a while now.
Oh, yeah.
And then just recently I get a pack and I go to put it through my first peg for, well, my sixth peg, and it wouldn't fit an 80. And I'm like, I've had 80s on this before. What's going on? The only thing I could think of is they've extended that string length a little bit
Yeah.
to be able to play some of these larger scales, and it was fatter. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I
that
had to have
same
it
thing
drilled
happened.
out. I'm like, well,
That
take it
same
to
thing
my
happened to me in my Abasi because
really?
I've been using the 10 to 74 pack on that guitar for I've only been using that pack, and I was
Yeah,
like, I try to put the 74. It's a 74. I try to put, and I've had that pack countless times on that guitar, and it
yeah,
always went through, and I never had to drill it. Then
yeah,
recently, I tried putting it through that guitar, and it doesn't fit, and I'm like, what? Am I tripping? Am I
yeah,
going insane? And like, yeah, and
yeah.
I just
And that's the only thing I can think it is they're just compensating for these, like your guitar you're showing.
yeah, yeah, literally
You can
compensating
blame
with something
yourself
else.
for this. No.
Yeah, because funny enough, I don't use the 10 to 74 on this because sorry, I don't use the 10 to 74 on this because it's not long enough. So I tried
Yeah,
the
no.
Diodarios and because those are a 30-inch taper, and I actually prefer them on 8 strings. Everything else is already
Yeah.
bought, but this guitar sounds amazing with the Diodarios and just the conglomeration of everything that's already in it. So yeah, it's one of my. It's probably my. I don't want to say it's my favorite. No, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It's like it's undeniably like my best feeling and sounding guitar. It's just so good.
What are you tuning to?
So it's drop A on the 7 strings, like a standard drop A,
Yeah.
and then with the new stuff, it's just a low E.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So what's your low E gauge?
my low 80.
80. Yeah.
First
See,
time I've ever.
that's
That's the lowest I've been, and I used to not like 80s, but like there's something about the NYXLs that just sound great.
yeah, I like that
That yeah,
NYX.
that's what I got right now. Is a 80 on the low E.
Yeah, and I feel that's like perfect. Like it's still thin, and I can do
Yes.
crazy
Yeah,
bends on it, but it's still I can still do the brown, and I don't go out of
Mm-hmm.
tune. So
I
yeah,
just tried putting 85s on that Schecter, and it's like the fine line, like from 80 to 85. I feel like I start losing like the tone and, like you said, just the overall flex and playability of the string for what I try to do. So I went back.
yeah,
That's what started this whole mess with the string change because I
yep.
was taking the 85s off.
It's super.
But
It's a man. It's for me personally, I feel like I thought 80 was too much, and because that's why I went to the 74. I liked how that felt and how that sounded. It was like the perfect. And then I tried the 80, and I was like, shit, this is good too. But like I've tried stuff that was like 85 and 90, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is too much.
yeah, I can't either.
It starts to die real fast. Like you know how bass strings die real
Yes.
fast. It's just
yeah,
like it's
Yep.
basically all the qualities of a bass string, but like I guess not a lot of
Yep.
clarity in my opinion, and that's what
That's
I
exactly.
yeah,
That's the first thing I noticed. I told Sean, I was like, I can't do it.
yeah, it's
yeah.
too much.
It took me forever to figure out how to EQ a 8 string because like I'm a huge fan of chugging. Like if I can't chug the guitar, I'm just not happy. and
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
same.
so basically I'm like gutting the mid range with a multi-band compressor like down like 31 dB, like just dipping it,
Damn. Yeah.
and yeah, it sounds pissed, and I was like, okay, I can do this.
It was very hard for me to do that at first. I was like, because I was so used to the sound and clankiness of like the baritone. It was like it was getting me. It was most of the work was being done for me on that guitar. Jesus, my voice is dying. Sorry.
So,
Um, but yeah. And then I got the A string. I'm like, okay, this is a whole different world. And then, but yeah, taking out a lot of that low end is what really helps. Like for
yeah,
me, I'm cutting basically. Funny, I'm actually boosting a lot of 4K. It's just something you like. I guess it's a debate. Some people don't do it. Some people don't like it. Some people like it. I like have a little bit more of that a little bit of bright sizzle.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I found I'm cutting a lot of quad cortex EQ, or like the plug-in EQ. I'm basically cutting some 250 because that's typically where the snare
yep,
will hit. So that and then yeah, like and then yeah, just boosting a bunch of mid range. I'm actually not using like I'm actually using a pretty thick tone than what I should be, but like it still works with how much of the brightness that I push.
yeah. It,
Because on the I was like, go ahead.
oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm just like nerving out. Like whenever people start talking about like EQ and stuff, I'm like,
No,
yes.
no, you're good. Dude. Go for it. You're like, yes, this is my world.
um, like I just like got into ant modeling about 5 years ago, and I was a traditional amp guy. Like I just know like treble, bass, mids,
Mhm.
presence, like
Yep.
and like getting into like amp modeling. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like there's like hundreds of parameters. Like I can dial in like the power tube section. Like what? Like,
That's what always
Yeah.
scared me about Axe effects.
dude,
Like yeah, go ahead.
there's. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No, you're good.
There's yeah that it was a huge learning curve, and I can see why so many people are just uh like yeah, it sucks because like lots of people that they don't take the time to learn it, but like if you learn all the parameters and like how they work, like holy shit, it's a priceless piece of gear. Like, but
Yeah, like there's so much you can do with it, man. It's
yeah,
a I remember. Oh, I can't remember his name. I feel bad for not remembering his name. He was in the Gorf disc. He was in the Gorf a lot.
uh,
Him and Josh are really close.
Mira,
No, it was. Oh man, I feel like an ass. Making like cool like I don't want to say dubstep, but it was like nine string, like just low tune craziness with like these crazy electronic elements. Oh, I don't remember his name. I feel bad. I don't see him too often. Oh, let me see if I can look at my Discord. I might be able to remember his name.
is he the guy that would like program everything like the MIDI and stuff?
Uh, oh man, I don't remember. Oh shoot, did he? Oh man, I don't remember his name. I feel so bad. But yeah, I love that dude. He was basically he lent me. What I'm trying to say is he lent me his Axe FX 3, and I remember just sitting there just going, oh, oh that's a
Yeah,
lot. Oh that's a lot. There's a lot going on here, and I think that's what kind of not turned me off to Axe FX. It was just like I was so
yeah.
still getting my head around amp sims and stuff, and I'm just like this is
Kind of like
well
a step backwards to an extent.
to an extent, yeah. It was just like
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
just so much. It was so
it's a
much. I was
lot.
Yeah.
like,
It,
it was a
it's
lot. I was like, you can program the power. What? What am I doing? The hell is
Yeah.
bias? Like I had no idea what I was doing at the time.
yep,
But
Yeah.
yep,
yeah, but then quad cortex was just like I feel like was like a modeler that I could trust. I could fit in a backpack. It still
Yeah.
sounds great. There's so many
Yeah.
Canadian captures on it. But yeah, but back to our guitar tone. I was using the what was I saying? I'm using the Omega like Obsidian the capture pack that Omega made for the quad cortex. I gave it a shot and it was like some of the best like sounding amp heads, like model
Yeah.
amp heads I've ever played. I was like, yeah, that's gotta stay. And then I'm using a Lance Prince IR from the orangutan, like the orange. It's an orange cab, which I never thought I would enjoy. But then I put on one of those and I'm like, dude, this
oh
is
dude,
sick.
our friend shout out to Jim Doyle. He runs all orange equipment. He's got a orange Mach 2 Rockerverb,
Ooh, that's
And
awesome.
dude,
Yeah,
it sounds so good.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
He
That yeah,
plays like doom metal, like not like I don't even know.
sludge doom.
It's like sludge. And
Sounds awesome. That's
Sean and I
nice.
went to a show of his, and we were kind of like out of our element a little bit,
Yeah,
but appreciative,
yeah, yeah.
And so when he showed us that amp, and he went from his tone to where Sean and I were like, oh, like
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
there it
hello.
is.
Discovering fuzz.
Right, speaking our language now.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
oranges are like a like the sleeper build amps. That's what I call
yeah,
them. They're like you don't expect them to do like this crazy chunky like clanky high gain metal, but if you put the right boost in front of it and you EQ it correctly, you can get some crazy
That,
shit out of that
that,
stuff.
yeah,
that's just like JT with running a Marshall amp. I'm like, that's a Marshall? I'm like, holy shit.
yeah.
Dude, I yearn to have the tone that JT has. Dude, it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Oh,
especially with like he was back in the day. Like I remember I still what there's a video on YouTube where he was playing through Look at Yourself and Hindsight in full on stream, and he's
yeah,
just going, it's just a Mesa 5 Mark profile. I don't do it, nothing to it, no boost. And I'm like, you fucking what? You what? And it's also of course it's a testament to how he plays and how fucking a monster player he is and like the
dude,
string. But
yeah,
whatever, he's just insane.
dude,
So I'm like, it's
yeah,
him. It's him. He's that guy. He knows
yeah,
what he's doing.
he does this. I, I can't even describe it. Every once in a while, he does this roll off with his fingers, or it's like, but
Mm.
like I don't know if it's an effect, but it sounds so fucking cool, and I have no idea what he's doing.
Like the sliding stuff he does, or like is that what you're referring to?
It's like a legato that he's doing, but as he's doing the legato, it's like he's using like a pitch shifter or like
Oh yeah,
something to like make the notes really sound clanky
he
and
is
like
he
what
is Gent Jesus. I
dude
think that's
he
the
is
answer.
he is
That's the
bro.
answer. He is Gent Jesus. Nah, dude, that dude has been a, a big reason as to why like I enjoy putting out music and enjoy throwing songs in the gore when
Yeah,
I can.
yeah.
He's just he's been
He's
a big
for me,
inspiration.
like, because I'm new to like Twitch and being able to like watch him, and so Sean's got me involved, and but I've always known, Danza, from Danza all the way up till now, Glass Cloud,
Yeah,
but yeah, like watching him the other day when he streamed for way too long, like
like
it was
he
the
always
perfect
streams for way
amount,
too
but
long.
really long. And
Yeah,
and he was working on like just that one little delayed effect for his
like, they're like two
one of his
dollars.
side projects. Yeah. And I'm just like I'm like glued to the camera.
I'm just like
Like
must must take
yeah,
in.
right.
Do not forget this.
Did you
Yeah.
hear that melodic song he was doing when the guy from Tesseract came in? He's like, "Hey, send me the stems." Uh, um, it was like it, yeah, you must not have like it was dope. It was fucking
I wish I
I
was
remember
there.
you telling me about it.
yeah, it was like really spirit box sounding, but like not. I don't want to say that because it didn't sound anything like spirit box, but like if I could compare it to anything, that's
Yeah.
what I.
Yeah. I'm gonna like delayed say hello to Plan B and what's up to
Disintegrate.
Cinegrate.
What's going on,
Yo,
man?
Sup, y'all.
thanks for popping in for sure.
Yes. Thank you for being
Yeah,
here.
I've been trying to keep up on the keyboard just to let them know that we care. Yeah.
Yeah,
We,
so
you,
I got like my laptop is streaming the stream, and then my monitor has us live, and I went to go leave a comment and it wasn't logged in. I'm like, shit.
shoot. Damn
Deleted it.
it. No, but, yeah, yeah, Josh has been a huge inspiration, recent inspiration. I remember tossing in. Oh man, this was back in 2021. Like I tossed in like one of my first ever songs that I was proud of, like production wise, and it's like just like being nervous as hell because I'm with like 14 other like incredibly insane submissions, and then there's just me just like hoping to God that maybe somebody likes it, maybe it's good enough, and then
Right.
everyone was so supportive, and I was just like it just made me inspired to keep writing, keep putting
Yeah.
stuff in here, and like
Same. Yeah.
loving this community, and here we are. oh sorry, here we are, and then it's been awesome. There
Yeah,
this
that's what I told Sean. It's really cool to see like and I'm using the term loosely, but like any form of hate, like just people just befriending people and lending a helping hand whether they have a question about something that's music related or not. Like it's such a breath of fresh air like coming from like off of old people Facebook where it's
Oh,
just
dude.
nothing but shit talking,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
metal
know?
like
metal
it's always so
elitists.
supportive
Yeah.
down there. Yeah, it's always so. It's not like Lamb Goat. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh my
Right,
god,
right.
that's brutal.
I hate that website. I never go on. Yeah, but it's so awesome to just be in the in the group chat or not group chat. Sorry, being in the stream and seeing people being like, this isn't typically my thing, but I'm really enjoying this. People are just like, people are openly being like, yeah, I don't typically listen to this, but this is it's still a very supportive community, and
Yeah.
it's a very it's like it's why I love coming back. I love everyone in there, and it's always fun interacting with everyone.
Yep.
I've
Yep,
gotten to
I
meet
agree.
Josh in person a couple times at a couple Amir shows, and yeah, he's just like he is in streams. He's just the sweetest dude, and I remember the first time we met. It was that he was playing with We Came as Romans at the he was somewhere in LA, and I remember I don't know, someone else from the stream was there too, but he came up to me and he goes the and
He's like,
then
I know you.
he's like, I know you, and I was like, I know you too. But yeah, and then yeah, he was just yeah, he we talked the whole time. Brother tried to give me a free hoodie, and I was like, that is not happening. Nuh-uh. Take my
Right.
money. I don't want to hear it
Right.
from you.
I
Take my
want to,
money.
right.
Don't even try. Don't even start. But
Yep.
yeah, he's such an amazing dude. He's made such incredible music, and
Oh yeah, for
and,
sure.
and everyone in the band loves Danza. I made sure of that before I joined this band.
Oh yeah.
If they didn't know, they knew. Yeah,
Yep.
our drummer's been in the scene for a while, but he was like, yeah, dude, that's among one of my favorite albums. The artwork. Actually, speaking of that, the artwork from the guy who did the artwork for Danza 4 might be doing some artwork for some new mono music, so we're super stoked about that. That was
Oh
super
yeah,
cool.
that is
His
super
rate was
cool.
like his rate fit our budget, and we're like, shit, he's sending us some stuff soon, and we're like, dude,
Yeah.
Nice.
motherfucker did stuff for Danza 4 is doing artwork for us, and it was
Yeah.
super. He's a super genuine guy. He's super cool dude. But yeah,
That is cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
Danza is insanity. Danza, why you do this to me?
yeah. Like, I found out about Twitch. Well, I knew about Twitch for a long time, but I never knew the music community was so large. And I
Yeah.
think the first person I saw was Mike Nunza. He's playing like some Slayer and stuff. I'm like, oh, what's this? And like, is there more people like this on here? And like, then I saw Joshua Travis. I'm like, what? Like,
Oh, what?
yeah,
The
yeah.
legend streams? How did I not know this earlier?
I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, this is a nice guy? Wait, oh, I'm all over this now.
Yeah. He's the sweetest man.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, because like a lot of guitarists that I've met before that like play like that is eccentric as Josh is, like they're I'm not calling names, but some of them are egotistical and not exactly friendly to talk to. And it
Yeah.
was a nice change to like the like, dude, you're so down to earth and just beautiful.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Right.
That's
Someone you
such
don't
a
have to be afraid to walk up and say what's up or,
Yeah, like
right.
walk
Yeah.
up to with like a dog, his tail between his legs, like, "Hi,
yeah.
sir, I like your guitar."
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like yeah, sometimes I have trouble speaking to people. I may not seem in my videos, but I have crazy social anxiety. So, but
I was
yeah,
just gonna say there's the other side of it too, just like that too, to where you might have somebody that is um highly introverted to where, you know what I mean? It's not that they don't want to say what's up, but it's like,
like shit,
I
they
can't get the
overthink it and
words
then
out. Yeah, you know?
literally, yeah. It also doesn't help that I have a stutter, so that sometimes fucks me up. But yeah, and
Oh, well,
whenever I'm socially anxious, oh, it used to be really bad. I've been able to, I've had a speech therapist, whatever. But like,
yeah,
yeah, but yeah, sometimes like if I'm super socially anxious about meeting somebody, I'll overthink it, and that's when I stutter, and then I'm like, shit, why did I even open
yeah,
my mouth, you know? But like, yeah, he came up to me and we had the funny interaction, and then yeah, it was like I didn't have any trouble talking to the guy. The guy is like,
yeah,
guy is genuine, and down to earth, and I love the dude
Hell yeah.
yeah, for
very much.
sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man, I was trying to think if there was something else. Oh, so I watched an old video of yours, and I believe it said featuring Charles,
Yeah, that's an
from
old one.
Buried Alive.
Yes.
So my question is did you did you and him work on that together, or is that
I wish I could say it was like super extravagant, like we made a song together, but I genuinely, I had a lesson with, I bought a lesson from him, and I always loved his music, and I always loved his guitar playing,
yeah,
and then I was like, or and then I was more inclined to when I saw that Joshua Travis did some tunes with him.
yeah,
And I literally just asked him, and he goes, "Yeah, do you have any songs you wanted to throw my way for a solo?" And I go, "Yeah, I have this one." And then yeah, he got it back to me in like 2 days, and then I
that's
just
awesome.
tossed it in, and I was like, "That's sick."
Yeah,
Touch it.
for sure. Yeah, I watched that just the other day. And then I don't
Oh
know
yeah,
if you did you catch any of his he did like a 1 minute clip for the Nam.
dude, I wish I could have
Oh
seen that,
yeah,
man.
yeah, I
I
Oh
saw
my
that.
wasn't.
God, dude.
I've been in Long Island all month. I go home in a couple days, but yeah, everyone went to Nam this year, dude.
Man.
And
Yeah,
I was
I
like, the one time y'all go to Nam, and I'm literally not able to go, and it's
Oh
like,
man.
yeah, but I was like, I was bummed that he the first time he ever did Buried Alive stuff, he was doing this year because I would have went to go see that. But
yeah.
yeah, that was super sick. At least I have a little snippet of it on YouTube.
Uh,
Yeah, man, it's cool too because he gets so much unnecessary hate because people
Unnecessary.
want to discredit his ability and think that it's overproduced or and he put it right in their face. He's
Right in
like,
their
no,
face. I'm
he's
like,
like
yeah,
I can
yeah.
play every bit of
Oh,
he
this.
goes,
You know?
I'm
oh
the
yeah.
shit. I know what
Yeah.
I'm that motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, but he's what was I gonna say? He that's his. I understood this early on. That was his sound. That was always what he was aiming for. This
Yeah.
crazy, like perfect sounding, but that dude can fucking play. And I
Yes.
love I love both spectrums. I love hearing the human the flawed
Oh yeah.
humanization of things. I love
Yeah.
hearing that and the mistakes and the little flubs, but also when I'm listening to a studio recording, I want to hear, I want it to be, I guess perfect, cohesive and perfect, to today's standards. But like when someone's
Yeah.
playing it, I don't mind if they're fucking up a little bit because
Oh yeah.
I know
Well,
nobody can play like that.
dude, what I
Right.
found absolutely insane is those first couple of records that he did in Buried Alive, he was using a Line 6 HD 500X. I was like, what?
That dude made
Like,
that dude made that thing sound crazy, man.
dude,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was
later.
always he was doing something nobody else was doing, and it showed. He has like, and I think it's so cool that his wife plays along with him too, and in his
Yeah,
videos and
that
plays
is
bass.
cool.
She's a great bass player, and I was like,
Right.
she's very underrated in my opinion. But yeah, that duo is just it's like Iron Man and Captain
Yeah.
America. They're like they can do no wrong. They're insane,
Well, and then look at the clothing line. Like, I mean, he's done
right?
really
Yeah,
well as far as just like building his brand and like that's the cool the power of the internet nowadays, man.
exactly.
It's like,
He made some wild stuff. Yeah, he's
yeah,
really
you can just be like I use the term loosely, what like a one man band or and and have it grow to such magnitudes.
exactly. He really made a name for himself, and I'm really stoked on
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I
um,
also loved his band. What was his name?
Reflections or
Yeah,
oh,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Reflections.
The
Yeah,
fantasy effect.
you don't know
Yeah,
how much
dude.
I fangirled. I shit you not. I was in class when they dropped the fact that they were releasing the redux of it.
Oh, yeah.
I genuinely like the most embarrassing and most happy. One of my happiest moments of my life. I did a girl squeal in class that they fucking dropped that. I'm like, "Yee!" And I'm like, I look around. I'm like, this is during a test, and I'm just like, oh fuck,
Dude,
I want to die. I want
I,
to die.
I
No, but yeah,
had
that. Yeah.
I had it on
That's
vinyl. I waited a year to get that on vinyl.
Dude, I'm so mad I didn't like collect vinyls in back in 22 because like, dude, I would have bought that so instantly and now so quickly, and then now I'm checking Discogs, the one I want. And it's like someone's selling that shit for 200, and I'm like,
Oh my god. Yeah,
Oh
don't
my
do
gosh.
don't do
I,
that. It's a lot.
I wanted to hit I wanted to hit like Jake with the you ever gonna do a repress?
Right.
Just praying, I'm not trying to drop.
Oh man. Hey,
Buy
I,
four
I,
records
I
for that
just
money.
wanted to ask real quick. I know we've been streaming for an hour and a half, and if you have to go to the restroom or anything, like I have one of your videos lined up we could go to a short intermission if you need to.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
Sean's
might need
giving you a
some.
bathroom break. Isn't that nice of him?
Oh, nice. Thank you, dude.
You can
I
pee
might need
now.
some. I
Go
might need
ahead.
some water if you don't mind.
All right, guys. All right, we'll be right back.
Am I able to talk as this video's going
No.
on?
like how you throw out the peace sign at the end of that video.
Peace, dog. The song was hard to make.
That
song was hard to play.
That's that Stephen Carpenter guitar. It's so sick.
Yeah,
That
that is sick.
Telecaster.
Yeah, that was pre modifications.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it never really bothered me the metal pickup, but you know, I just I enjoy the aesthetic of it now with the because a lot of people were calling it it's a little bit out of the word is losing me, but out of like a I just wanted to change because everyone was calling like the mini golf course. Looks like a mini golf course. So I was like, oh shit, it kind of does. So I was like, let me swap that out.
Oh shit, Disintegrate. You never heard that track? Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, thank you, dude. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, that song was one of few that I wrote in an evening. And typically how I do it is I'm always sitting in front of the DAW, or I'm always sitting in front of Logic whenever I write. But this time I was literally just jamming in my bedroom. I wasn't even plugged in. I was just acoustically playing the guitar, and because I don't do that very often, I'm always amping myself through something. But yeah, I was like, it was kind of how I used to write music, even though none of those voice memos ever saw the light of day. But yeah, I came up with that. But damn it, I wanted to write something that was all cohesive. Like everything was like mostly one riff, but you expand upon it. Like the intro riff is just the chugs with the open thing, and the chorus is the same thing. We're just moving chord. We're just changing the chord. We're adding a chord progression this time around than being staying on that constant A flat chug. And then yeah, kind of more like I guess quote unquote pop structure of a song, and then yeah, and one of my favorites to date for sure. I'm really happy with how that
Oh
song.
yeah, it came together nicely for sure.
Thank
I
you so
showed
much.
it to my friend Eric like a year ago, and like it starts out and like for someone that doesn't play instruments, like the like he's like, well, this is pretty simple. Like just wait.
Just wait. Just wait.
You just wait a second.
Just wait a second. There's a million notes coming up in this next section.
Right.
Oh man. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites, and I just love the heart that you put into your music, dude. It shines through a lot, and that's fucking awesome.
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it. That's probably I love hearing that. That makes me super appreciative. Like more than just like being as much as I love, touring and all that. Yeah, the most is my favorite moments are people like, commenting or you guys saying how much you love the music. It just that's what matters the most to me.
Yeah, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, so I've been holding back.
No, you're good, dude. Don't worry about it.
Right. Now it's weird, but yeah.
Now it's weird as hell. You ruined the vibes, but I'm gonna roll with it. No, I'm just playing. No, but yeah, that's what means the most to me. Is like feedback. I should say is probably even the constructive ones. I always love hearing what people what people have to like criticism and all that. Like I really enjoy that because I just want to at the end of the day I'm just trying to improve.
Oh yeah.
Myself as a musician, as much as separate myself from the art, just improving as a musician itself. So
look, I've been meaning to ask you since we started the stream. What shirt you got on?
Oh, so I'm actually doing something weird, but I'm layering it with. Okay, so this is a Victim shirt. They have probably the best merch, and they're some of the sweetest people.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
If you haven't listened to Victims, you should do that because they rule. Especially, and also I'm layering this with like. I promise I won't flash the camera, but I'm wearing a 156 silence.
I don't give
silence.
a shit.
I'm wearing a 156 silence long sleeve. Yeah, they were super kind. John, the vocalist, wouldn't let me pay for this shirt, so I forced him money. We had this thing on the road. We call it the free merch wars because none of us wanted to give money to each other, and I'm like, take my money.
Right.
This dude, John really didn't have to do that. He gave me like this. He gave me an $80 windbreaker for nothing. And I'm like,
that's cool.
Like, he just said, no, don't worry about it. I'm like, what do you mean don't worry about it, dude? Come on, let me give you something. And he goes, no, just take it. I'm like,
here's $80 in chitty nudgies. Here you go.
Right? Yeah. No, but they're if anything, that's probably one of my like like I guess obviously of course a lot of people at these shows, but like one of my best show experiences was hanging out with these people and just like getting to converse with them before the shows, getting to talk in their in green rooms and stuff. They're just the sweetest people. They're all doing it because they love the music.
Dude, like
Yeah.
They're like
I like Nat. I think Nat would agree. That's some of the coolest stuff. Like we were like no huge band back in like 2000 like 8 or 9, but just to have those experiences when you're playing with bands that you look up to, like we played with like Burning the Nasses and Graves of
oh yeah.
Valar, which it was like an offshoot of Through the Eyes of the Dead, and,
Mhm.
and just to like meet people and like getting like it's so fucking cool.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
best. Like apart from performing, yeah, like getting to just hang out with the people you're on the road with is some of like is invaluable to me. It's truly it's like I said, like I've been saying, it's just as amazing as performing in front of people. Like getting to know these people that you look up to.
Yeah,
You know, now
like
you're sharing the stage with them, and it's
like
just like
Right.
I wrestled a bear once. Like we hung out with all those guys. We hung out with Mike and
that
at
must have
at
been amazing.
at the time they had a female guitar player called Nin,
Oh yeah.
and it was the sister of the vocalist. I just found that out like a couple of months ago. Nat was reading an article, and
Courtney LePan has a sister, or was this someone completely
uh,
before?
Before Courtney.
Gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah.
before Courtney.
Wow, I
Like
didn't know that.
the original vocalist from like the Tastes Like Kevin Bacon, like
Mm,
those early tracks.
gotcha. I never really dived into I Wrestled a Bear Once's music, but
Uh,
I've heard a lot of good things, so
oh
I've
yeah,
been
it's
meaning
really
to do that.
cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It's way, I mean, it's opposite ends of the spectrum compared to Spirit Box.
Is it like
But
Yeah,
mathcore?
dude. If you
I
like
like
bands,
Spirit Box a lot, man.
if you
So
like
yeah,
bands, I think you would find a good respect for some of
hell yeah.
Oh
their.
So
yeah, he would.
it's
Yeah.
like it's like mathcore.
Yeah,
I'm
yep.
assuming kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I love Spirit Box, man. They a lot of people were kind of divisive on Eternal Blue, and I'm like, dude, this shit is awesome.
Yeah.
Like everyone was complaining that it wasn't like progressive or whatever as their self title, but I was like, dude, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. As much as I love the self title, I love the direction they went in, and now look
Yeah.
at them. They're playing
Yeah.
with corn.
Right.
It's like I'm not saying them going, I guess, quote unquote poppier, for lack of a better word, got them on with towards the corn. But I'm just saying like the music is still great regardless of the structure, or whatever. How they really utilize Corny and Mike are really a power duo. They're really good at working together with
Mm-hmm.
like making stuff work, making a crazy technical part sound like fit in the context of I'm rambling, but you get what I mean.
Yeah,
They
I
make
get it, dude.
amazing
Like
music.
they
Yeah,
haven't really released anything bad. Like
yeah.
even that experimental song they did, it was it was like a poppy
Rotoflex.
yeah, something like that.
Rotoscope, something like that.
Rotoscope. That's it.
Rotoscope.
Rotoscope, yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
I
that
loved
EP was
it
awesome.
because like it was different, but then it had that section in the song to where it went right back to that I don't know what to call it, like spirit box sound when she goes into
Yeah,
like the cleans, but then it has like the the low E like
Yeah.
brown note.
yeah,
And
the brown note.
that's that example you said earlier in the show, Sean, when you talked about having something let's say I'm gonna shout out Cinegrate for talking about tonescapes in your track when we were in intermission there, but they're definitely known for their tonescapes,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
huge.
you put something in like that, and something can seem so much heavier, and it might not necessarily be a brown note, right?
Yeah,
Like, but
it
it
might not
comes
even
off
be.
that way because you're
Yeah.
like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
It's like the off that same EP, the last song. I don't remember the name of the song, but it does. It's literally like the production is like carrying that breakdown. That breakdown is so simple, but
Yeah.
because of what's underneath and happening underneath that, same goes with the most of the breakdowns on Eternal Blue. There
Yeah.
isn't like much going on guitar wise in the breakdown, but like a lot of like the production on it is supporting that, and it's really really sick. It probably wouldn't sound as impactful or as cool without that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
like
important.
you got bands like Humanity's Last Breath that like completely base their sound off of that. Like it's
Hmm.
not like necessarily the riff that like you hear in front of you, but it's like the ambiance that's making it like just like
Literally, and then like of course like the drubsy guitars. It sounds like you're just slamming metal in a warehouse.
yeah,
Right.
like the fucking Saint Anger snare drum, like the
Dude, I love
The
that.
piccolo.
Okay, okay. I'm about to say a hot take. I love that snare drum. I don't give a
I
fuck
do
Do
what
too.
anyone says.
Like, there's this band Psycho Frame that uses like
Yes,
the fucking ting
yes.
ting ting. Like, oh my
They
god.
just dropped a new song and there's a part in it where it sounds like the dude's hitting a fucking frying pan, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
want that. I love that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember. What's his face from Psycho Frame? Hunter did a video or did a podcast, and he was like, "Yeah, there's like 8 or 10 snare samples, and I'm not giving it to you." And I'm like, "Keep your snare drum, King. That shit is sick.
Right.
Don't give your sauce to everybody, bro. That shit is awesome."
What
Yeah.
didn't that band just like disband or something?
No, they just joined Sharp Tone Records, and I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
they're
I
popping off right now.
Yeah,
Who am
yeah.
I thinking that lost the
They
vocalist?
they lost their vocalist. The one of the vocalists is leaving. I don't know which one. If it's the high screamer or the mid screamer, it's one of
Or
them.
in Psycho Frame, I think one left and then one joined. All I know is that I think Hunter does most of the recording because it's mainly, that's one of his bands, but he can't since he's not doing too well like physically.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
that's why they have the two vocalists, I
so
believe.
they
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's kind of in a rough spot right now.
Dude,
yeah. Oh, that's understandable.
there's a
Yeah.
band back in the day called Elijah, and like his high screens are like identical, and that's why I love that band. Like,
Oh, Elijah, like the one man project, but like,
no, it was
is
back
there is
it's
it like a
back in like
completely different band?
2005.
Oh, okay, I get you.
But it had those high piercing screams. Dude, I'm about to pull this shit up just so you can hear it. I don't even know if it's on. I think they did a Redux a couple years ago.
I spy night. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I spy Nightlife and Diamond Construct. Fuck yes, dude.
Yep.
The Diamond Construct is insane.
Yeah, like he just has that high fucking scream.
He's got it, bro. Like, yeah, as soon as you played it, I was like, oh yeah, I definitely know what you mean. Yeah,
That early deathcore sound.
yeah. There's like that. There's a new resurgence of like MySpace deathcore coming back, and it's like I feel like they're doing it like the proper way.
Yeah,
I feel
some
like
of
I
it.
understand the vibe, but it's like the production on the Psychoframe stuff has like the vibe, I guess, raw, but it's still like it's produced well. That's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah,
Aren't they doing like aren't they the band that does like the pinch squeals and stuff too? Like
Yeah, the pinch squeals, the tritone
yeah,
harmony, fucking
yeah.
yeah, they have everything from that era, but like produced well, and it's like it pays off. It's like
Yeah.
it's sick,
No, that's cool. Keep it alive, right?
right? We just toured with a band recently called Slamwich.
Oh,
Funny
nice.
name. They're bringing that back, but it's like it's got that raw, but I'm like they make really cool music. The guitar players are insane in that band, but
Really?
yeah,
I,
they're
I
very
feel
very
like
good.
I've heard of them, but I
They're
could be
like
just thinking of Sandwich and
yes, you've been getting hungry over here.
right.
Yeah, same. I want damn pizza.
Right.
I want a sandwich now that you bring it up.
Right.
Yeah,
But they're
slam.
killer
Yeah,
guitar players.
yeah. It's like like the guitar player. One of them looks like the dude from Black Dahlia Murder. Yeah, on the left of the vocalist. I'm like,
Yeah.
and he literally plays like him. He's ridiculous. He's so good. Same with I think she's also the other guitar player. She's really good too.
Woo, they're cute. Oh,
Yep, I'm not gonna lie. She is very attractive. She's very cute.
all right.
I definitely did try to get her Instagram when I saw her. Sorry. Apart
Oh,
from that,
man.
but yeah,
That's
they make
funny.
really good music though.
Let's
And
see.
like it has like the album covers too. It's crazy. It's raw, but it's like it's got it. But I'm like, it's a little too raw for me. That's what I'm trying to say.
There are
So
that artwork is sweet.
it's
Yeah,
very
dude.
very cool.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
play like 20 seconds of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the speaks in there.
Oh yeah, this totally reminds me of early.
Yep.
Oh man, I feel
Dude,
like
it's crazy.
I'm back in my hometown shows, dude.
Yeah, dude. That
Look,
sounds exactly like.
50 people in a bar at 9 o'clock. Here's
Yeah.
some cool ass deathcore. Yeah, they're really really cool. I
50,
really
we
dig
weren't
it.
big.
It's crazy that Ali
50.
Sykes used to sound like that.
He messed his vocals up doing it incorrectly though.
Yeah.
You know you're at a show when you're playing for the other band's fans, you know?
Yeah. When you're depending on the other bands to bring
Right.
the people, you're
They
just
brought
hoping.
4, we got 4.
We got 4 in the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
So
a lot of cool stuff.
How about telling us a little bit about how like the endorsement came about and some of that stuff?
So, you're talking about all the endorsements I've gotten?
Sure.
Yeah. So Ernie Ball. So my old previous band, I was in a rock / pop band for a while before I joined. Producing metal in my basement, not basement, in my room. But yeah, we had connections. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. We had connections, and well, Friedman. I'll start with Friedman. Friedman, our producer, knew Dave when before he was even making his own amps. He was modding Marshalls, and those kind of like those
wow.
amplifiers. Yeah, that's how Dave got his start. He was he's modding like a Plexi, Super Leads, all those. Basically making them like how his Friedmans are today, but without the before that. And then yeah, I asked if I could meet him somehow or something, maybe talk to him for a while, and me and that producer at the time started went down there. We chatted for like he had to run off that day and do something, but it was me and Dave. We talked for maybe like 4 to 5 hours.
Really?
Just a genuine conversation. He's such a cool dude. I loved picking his brain. I remember walking in, I just see this wall of like boutique guitars, and then I just see the wall of amp heads, and I'm just like, dude, this is badass.
Right.
And then yeah, he's such a genuine person. He was kind of giving me his how he started, and then how he started making Freeman amps and stuff like that. And then yeah, I walked out that day with some gear. We'll just put it lightly. He was very very sweet about it. He basically gave me all that stuff for next to nothing. He said, look, I'll get you. Look, just pay for the amp head. So I got an amp, I got a small box amplifier, and I got a 412. Like custom. Wait, hold on. My timeline is off. Shoot. I walked out with the guitar. That's what I did. I walked out with the guitar that day, and he said, and then I quoted him, and then we talked about the amplifier I was looking for, and I got those in custom colors, and he said, I'll send you out with this guitar and tell me what you think of it. Kept it, didn't get rid of it. Not going to get rid of it. It's an amazing guitar. And then I went back later on, and I got the amp in the cab. I basically just said, hey, just pay for the amp half off, and I'm like, are you sure? It's always, are you sure?
Yeah, that's
like
sweet.
I feel bad, like just you gotta. This is around COVID time too.
Right.
Yeah, we had to like it was like we're 6 feet apart. We had to make
Oh
sure
yeah.
we
Yeah,
tested
right.
negative before we even saw each other. So like he was already like everyone was already struggling at this point, and then like
Yeah.
I just felt bad that he was just gonna give me most of his stuff for just like not even that much. But
So was
yeah,
this
and then-
your first band? Like that
yeah,
you
first like for band that had a possibility of making it, but internally things just didn't work out.
Gotcha.
And that was So that first band was your own material or
Yeah, it was a band called, I hate this name, but it was a band called Slaves to Humanity. Wasn't the greatest name. It was like, but I did really enjoy the music at the time. We were like, at first we were kind of like this grunge revival, quote unquote. Our vocals was very inspired by like bands like Soundgarden, Chris Cornell, what's that band? Alter Bridge. Um,
Mhm.
and we were writing stuff like that, and then we kind of decided we were kind of writing more poppier material, and yeah, we had a lot of stuff going for us. Like we were in talks of signing with Fearless Records. That was a
Okay.
big yeah, that was a big thing. But yeah, internally, uh, put it lightly, I love everyone in the band. There's no bad blood between any of the members. I still love them dearly. The
Yeah,
drummer in
that's
that band
cool.
is my best friend. I love that guy to death. He's still in the, he they started him and the vocalist started a new project called What Matters Most. They branched off and did that. They kept the pop thing direction that we were working on. And
Nice.
yeah, I love yeah. Yeah, we had a bunch of stuff recorded, and then yeah, just wouldn't say fallout, but yeah, we just had different ideas of how things should be running,
Yeah.
and
So,
so
are
me
you
and the bass.
based out of the East Coast somewhere,
I'm
or
based in California.
California? Okay.
Oh,
I'm based. I'm
okay.
yeah. So yeah, a lot of flying to New York for this, but yeah, but yeah, yeah. Like I said, there was nothing bad with the band, but I love those guys to death. Still love them dearly. They're killing it right now.
Yeah, that's
And
cool
then
that you
Oh
can
yeah.
move on amicably and
yeah,
I mean still hype up other projects too and you
exactly.
know
Yeah.
give the shout outs where they're due.
Before we had split, we wrote an EP together and wrote and recorded an EP with the Steve Lukather's son from Toto, Travis
Oh, really?
Lukather. He amazing. Yeah, it was wild to me. I'm just casually just recording guitars with Steve Lukather's son, and it's like
Yeah,
Travis
that's
Travis
nuts.
Travis just as cool of a person as Steve. I didn't get to meet Steve, but just from videos I've seen of Steve, he's an awesome dude. Same with Trev, his son, and his wife are so accommodating too. They let us stay in his crash in his house while we
That's
recorded.
crazy.
They're very very cool people. And yeah, we basically recorded an EP together. We split, and then they're doing what they want with it. I don't care what they do with it. It's not in a rude way. I'm just saying like
Yeah.
yeah, like they can do whatever they
If they
want
want
with
to
it.
promote it, no big deal. You
It was
put
never
it out.
we never released it. We recorded
Okay.
it. We were going to release it, and then things didn't really work out. But then yeah, I was like, yeah, the music is sick. Every now and then I go listen to the masters because I love the songs, like they're great songs, and yeah, and I can't wait to see what they do with them. But yeah, and then Ernie Ball, same deal. They knew somebody at Ernie Ball and they hooked us up, and then I still kept in touch with one of the guys at Ernie Ball, and then yeah, yeah, that's basically
Yeah, that's
all the
awesome.
interaction we have so far.
Right on.
And then recently,
I
oh, actually, recently, sorry, real quick. Yeah, and then I think I still mentioned earlier, yeah, the guy from WaveMind reached out and was like, "Hey, you want to make a demo of this plugin?" And I was like,
Yeah,
"Absolutely."
that's cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. I remember trying it out too earlier on, or when it just came
Yeah.
out, and I was like, I think that's like the only amp sim that has the big bottom. I thought it was a rectifier, like the first amp, but apparently it's like the Viljarda tone, if you will. And I was like, sick. I'm sold. I'm sold.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he reached out to me literally before, like a few hours before this interview, and he was like, "Hey, you wanna make a demo?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I wanna make a demo." I loved
Right.
it and to begin with, and then it's kind of funny how coincidentally I'm gonna be touring with that same band in like a few months, and it's just like, whoa.
Right.
Yeah, that guitar player in that band, by the way, is ridiculous. I want to be as good as him. I don't know
Right.
how he does it, man.
Didn't you? I think I recall like 7 or 8 months ago, you doing some guitar work with Dayseeker, or like helping them with their clock
Oh
core
yeah,
tech.
that was insane. So funny how that came about. So my one of my good friends, who's a keyboardist, his father had known the bass player of Dayseeker for forever because he had worked at the time. He worked at a place called Keen Coffee up in Tustin, which is around where um, which is very close to my friend's dad's place. And yeah, he invited Ramon had invited both of them, and then he said they were just like, "Hey, you want to tag along?" Because they knew I was a Dayseeker fan. And I was like, "Absolutely."
Oh hell
They
yeah.
were they were rehearsing at Chain Reaction, and I remember just being a fangirl, just like he also had given me like how like I don't know if you've seen Ramon's stories. He'll doodle on like drum heads and he'll sell them at merch. Yeah, he
Yeah.
apparently had one lying around at the during rehearsal, and he just gave it to me, and then ever since we were just we're on a talking basis, which I think is crazy.
That's awesome.
He's a really cool dude. He's a really funny dude.
Dude, I've been listening to them since like uh well, not since the beginning, like when Sleep Talk came out, and
Yeah,
I just fell in love with that sound. And,
same.
and there's another band that reminds me a lot of them. Uh, God, what's their damn it? Have you ever heard Dream State? It's like a female vocalist, but they do like a lot of the synth type. Uh,
I don't think I have. I definitely want to. I know Dream State the song by Dayseeker, but I haven't heard that. I
uh,
don't even
uh,
heard that project.
yeah, they're like a UK band, but they had lots of the same like synth profile and
Nice. I
ambiance that goes on in the background.
I gotta
That
write that down. I'll definitely check them out after
they
this.
they lost their first vocalist, and I haven't been a fan of the new stuff. But like, if you go back and listen to like the album is called Prima Rose, and it's so good.
Hey, yeah, dude, I'll definitely check it out. I just wrote that down.
All right,
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, anything like that, sign me up.
hell yeah.
I love the blend that they had or they have rather. Yeah, he was. No, actually, I'm not gonna spoil it. He told me not to tell anybody. I feel bad if I say it. They're working on new music, and very very soon you'll get some very
It's all
very good
right.
stuff.
We got like 10 followers. You'll be fine.
Just like ruining their rollout.
Right.
This goddamn kid is just ruining it for us.
It's one big spoiler.
One big spoil. This makes a huge news headline. Just
Right.
ruining it for them. Nah, man of my word. But some
Right.
really cool stuff happening.
On the
It's
back
really
of
really
my
good.
word.
Man of my word.
Dude, you earlier you were talking about Gore Pig. So I just recently heard those guys for the
Yep.
first time. And I'm like, my buddy's like, you never heard of these guys? I'm like, no. I'm like, this is awesome.
I gotta check. I'm a bad boy. I have to check them out still. But
Yeah, dude, they're cool.
from what I've heard, actually, I've heard some snippets and they're kick ass. They're very very
Yeah.
sick. I was like,
Yeah. Like
definitely
at
savor
first I
this.
thought it was gonna be like, what's that band out there that does nothing but like I'm gonna call it pig squeals, but they sound like a natural pig squeal, like an actual pig. What's that
are you
band?
talking about like the what do they like wear like hazmat suits?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
band is that?
Ah, I see them on TikTok all the time. But yeah,
Yeah, and it's just like, they do
yeah, the
like,
vocals like yeah.
yeah.
I thought talking about To the Grave for a second. I was like, shit.
Yeah, no, it's more like I don't want to say because I if they're not, then I'm wrong, but it's almost more like making fun of the idea of a pig squeal,
Yeah.
but somehow it's still cool, you know?
Yeah,
That's still a cool gimmick if they are wearing hazmat suits. That's kind of
Yeah,
sick. I've always wanted to do be like a masked
right.
anonymous like musician in a project, but I'm like, that's a lot of work. That probably
Yeah,
suck to play
right.
live. Be
oh my
sweating your
god,
ass
like
off. Just
sweat.
his eyes,
Oh
sweat dripping into your eyes. You're just like, oh boy, I can't see. I can't see. I don't know what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
yeah, I think that's why there's no like heavy people in Slipknot because they just like sweat it out, They sweat out
Yeah,
all their
literally.
weight.
Yeah.
Dude.
Wearing these,
I don't know.
wearing these
Clown was kind of a
onesies,
bigger guy.
wearing these onesies, like getting workouts in.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I don't know if I can do that. I'm already sweating enough as it is on stage. Don't need to
What
add
about a
more.
band like Guar? They're probably the most extreme, really, if you think about it.
Yeah,
Oh
they're
yeah,
su-
extreme in a lot of
You know what I
ways.
mean? Right. Like,
Yeah, like more power to them because I don't know if I could ever do something like that. That would be very very hot.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
how
already
venues can
sweating.
be. You know what I
Literally.
mean?
Yeah, every venue. It was cold as hell in this whole tour, but every venue that I played, I was never not cold when I was on stage. I was literally like,
Yeah.
I was trying to like take off clothes during
Yes.
the set. I was like, I'm wearing too much right now. I'm overheating.
So are you running a cab or are you just front of house?
Fracture, I'm running a cab, yes, because but unfortunately, I can't afford to fly out with a cab, so and it's not really integrated into our system.
Yeah.
Or I could, but for the time being, I'm just going direct with mono.
Have you had any trouble doing that with a smaller venue?
Nope, not a
No
single
shit.
issue.
That's
I've
awesome.
This is the first tour where I've actually like every time like because I run patch changes too.
Yeah.
I did not bother to check my unit once, which
Damn.
is very ball.
Sweet.
Which is very I had some stones this tour. Very ballsy of me.
Yeah.
I did not check once, and I didn't have a single issue.
Nice.
Yeah, the quad cortex is built like a tank.
Yeah.
Like it may be small, but like I haven't had any issues with it. That's cap. Before the tour, I had to fix the Wi-Fi, but then again, you know, things happen.
Yeah.
Because like I don't have a pedal board for it right now, so kind of just was just chucking it in my backpack
It
for
floats
gigs.
around in a drawer. Right.
Kind of just floats around. At some point, I want to put it in a drawer in a rack, but we don't have space for that. Eventually, in due
Yeah.
time. But apart from that, yeah, the Neuro DSP's customer service is beyond anything else. It's amazing. They got me back my unit right before tour, like they said they would. There was no issues.
Hell
I
yeah.
only paid
Nice.
I only paid shipping, which is very cheap for your European shipping. I was like, yeah, and yeah, the thing is, sounds incredible. Now I was literally just like, sound check was kind of useless for me because I was like, it sounds because we all run in ears. We all have we're all running in ears, and then
Yeah.
yeah, running direct. So basically, as long as it sounds like someone tells me it sounds good outside, I don't really care how it sounds in house. As long as like I can
Yeah.
hear myself, I'm really like I'm in my own little world. I'm just like, and then when we sound check, I'm just like it sounds just like yesterday, you
Yeah.
know. But it's always nice to have to get your shit on stage. But
So when
Yeah.
you,
yeah,
That's
I'm
Go ahead,
sorry.
Sean.
go ahead.
I've always been interested in with I've never used in ears. Like, how does that work? Like, is there like a four count like before a song or like?
Yeah,
Uh,
so we run backing tracks along with our during our performance. So we have like production stuff. We're a four piece, so we have productions. Oh God, excuse me.
you're good.
We have run production stuff, and like we also run a left guitar
Yeah.
just to give it some width.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that trips me out just a little bit, but like I got used to that. Um, because I always feel like, oh, people think I'm not playing, but obviously I am.
Right.
But
So
like I always make sure to tell the house to pan it the other side wherever I'm sitting, and then
gotcha.
they usually will always get to know it. They'll always know. They're professional about it, especially with these bigger venues. So I'm like, I don't have to worry about it. But anyways, so right back to in here. So we all four of us have a rack. A rack is over there, but it's simple. It's got a DI, a power conditioner DI, and then our wireless units, and then we have wireless packs. That we plug into the DI that goes into the interface.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then actually I don't know if there's a DI because anyways, but we have we have a Behringer X18 in there, and yeah, that's going from the in-ears are going from there I think to the X18. I'm not super well versed
So
in
does
this, but I think
everyone get a metronome or is that just the
yeah,
drummer?
everyone gets everything. So
Oh, okay.
we have a reference track that's like pre-fader that only goes to our in-ears. So if he wanted to, we could just play along to the track if he really wanted to.
That's wild.
But like
That's
we get
awesome.
drums. We also have feed drums from there to the because we also have bring mics as well. But yeah, yeah. So basically, what I do is I run. So we get click, we get drums, we get bass, like live bass, and then we get the track guitars, which is the leads, and then the other rhythm, and then my guitar and the vocals.
God, our old
Yeah.
drummer would have loved that. Like,
Oh, it is so nice when it's done properly because we didn't because we did have that in the band before Fracture. We did have that, but it wasn't as nice as this one. It's like
Yeah.
luxury. I'm like, I can hear myself. I know
Yeah.
when I'm fucking up. I know when I'm messing up.
that was the
Yeah.
hardest thing back when in the early 2000s is like the drummer would always have a hard time, especially if you're playing a small venue with the echo and the reflections off the wall.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, that's
And you
awesome.
tell them to turn up your monitor and they don't.
They don't.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know.
You're
I
not
will.
Pearl Jam, sir.
Right.
I will admit, at very first when we first started doing that, not even in mono, it was very hard getting used to.
Really?
Well, I guess hard is a bit too extreme. It's like it's you just got to get used to it. It's kind of like you kind of feel like you're underwater a little bit because mine are like because my in ears aren't like universal. They're form fitting.
Oh yeah.
I use ultimate ears, so like it's in your ear. They don't fall out.
Yeah.
But like that also like kind of pigeonholes or not pigeonholes, kind of like makes you feel like because of noise canceling because it fits your ear, so they kind of everything is like quiet and it's kind of freaky
Yeah.
sometimes at the start, but then you get used to it. And then you have this constant click 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 in your ear the whole set.
Yeah.
So you're just like yeah, but then you get used to it real fast, and then it's not that big of a deal. And now it's just like yeah. become
Yeah.
it's like you become numb to the click.
Yeah.
As long as
That's
you're not
kind of
messing up
like
too bad.
that's my goal. Like I've told Sean, so like the project that I'm in that's
Mhm.
back here, uh, I want to have all that. I'm not doing the cab and all that stuff. It's gonna be all ran through. We're gonna have patch changes. It's gonna be played to a click. The most professional sound I've ever been able to pull off is my goal, I guess, you know.
Yes. Yeah, it's like it's the I still hate that people have this ongoing debate about the whole you're using backing track slam, you're using click track, and I'm like arguably if you weren't doing that, it probably would sound worse.
Yeah.
Dude,
The best band every band I've seen that's like in this especially in the metalcore scene because everyone's using backing tracks and like click tracks. It's like
Yeah.
they've always been the tightest.
Yeah.
I've never heard. It's very rare you see a band that doesn't really use that, or if anything, they just have a click track to the drummer.
Yes.
it just
But
sounds
it's
so
like
much
Yeah.
better. Like,
right,
there's probably
right.
like 4 or 5 years to where I didn't go to any metal shows. And then our friend Jeremy invited me to Oceano in Whitechapel,
Nice.
and it was in Toledo, Ohio, and it had been years since I'd been to a metal show, and like I was hearing like 808s rock the whole floor, which is was unheard of. Like when I used to go to metal shows, and like I'm
That's the
like,
best part.
what is going on? Like, why does it sound so good?
That is the
Hmm.
best part of metal shows is when like because it's because like for whatever reason our bass drops are so fucking loud.
Yeah.
But like it's not like those old MySpace deathcore like or like slam band mixes that just had like
Right.
had the bass drops peaking the masters and
Yeah,
that's all you heard for like 5 seconds. It's
yeah,
not
the
like that, but like
saturation was just.
but like I have noise canceling like the noise canceling part of it. I just feel the bass drop. I just feel my body start shaking and I'm like, oh yeah, that
Yeah,
motherfucker
that's
just
awesome.
hit. That breakdown just hit.
Yeah, that is
and
cool.
then I get you more into it. But yeah, but like yeah, every band it feels weird seeing bands that don't use that stuff. Well, I'm not forcing them. We're not forcing them. I'm not forcing them to do that. But like seeing like
Yeah.
local bands and stuff like that, seeing my friends' bands, like, oh wait, they're not like. Not that I care that it's not as tight, but it's just like you notice, and then you see a band like Event Anime, for example, that are running their whole show. Everything is the same thing every night,
Right.
Yeah,
and it's like it's consistent. It's a well-oiled machine. Nothing's breaking, and everything's working. And it's just like, yeah, it's like it's a great show. It's
Yeah.
another
like
thing I
everything
find so
everything's prepared.
interesting is how like guitarists are using automation with their amp modelers to where like it signals effects at certain points of the song, and I'm like, so you don't even need pedals. I'm like
Yeah,
that's insane.
that is awesome. That is awesome, dude. Like
Yeah, I want all that.
yeah, it
I
is it is
do.
so liberating. Like I understand like the human error, but I'm already like the human or like human error of like possibly like messing up like a pedal switch. Like oh I didn't quite nail that, or it's like I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that is as tight as possible and it
Yeah,
sounded as good as possible. I'm already like the human error. I'm already like playing live, so it's like that part is already like I feel like should be the most of like the quote unquote human error you hear in a live
yeah, and,
performance.
and
Right.
like pedals were only created to supply an effect, and it just so happens that the switch was how we did it. Like if they
Yeah,
would
it's
have
the only way to
known
turn it
back
on.
then, like you could have did it that way, they'd been like, yeah, definitely do it that way.
Exactly. And all these digital effects that were modeled after these analog effects sound so good, just as good, if not maybe not if not even better
Yeah.
than those analog effects, and like are like more prone to not breaking too.
Right.
Like
Right.
Yeah.
if like I always loved the big pedal boards, but I'm always just like been scared that if I ever had one of those, something was gonna go wrong, and then
Right.
like if most of my sound is based off of that, then I'm like I'm toast. Like,
Yeah.
and so like the fact that I can program that in a computer to do most of that work for me,
Yeah.
and then like if worst case, if like if it doesn't work, then like I can just everything's there when I need it, and I can just do it there. But
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
like
to me, it frees up the musician, if
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
anything,
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
wanna
Yeah.
to perform at their
exactly
top,
yes.
you know.
I wanna perform to the crowd. I don't wanna be like performing for a second, then oh shit, I gotta change
Right.
my
He's looking
patch.
down at his board again,
Yeah.
and you,
Yeah.
like you
Yeah,
said,
exactly. Yeah,
you get the gatekeeping people that are going to be like, well,
he has
it
no
used to be
stage
this way,
presence. Yeah, it
right?
used to be
It's like,
that
well,
way.
we used to grind sticks together to make fire too, but we just aren't doing it anymore. You know what I mean?
We've just evolved, you know.
Yeah. Like some things we need to move on with.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was like, Sean's been a little bit quiet recently. He just hit us with that fucking, boom.
Right.
Very warranted. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Centigrade. Exactly. I could just play and like not have to worry about the tech like the things that I need to turn on. The things are already turning on for me, and that allows me to
Yeah.
interact with the people who paid money to see us perform. Like
Yep.
that's the most important to me. I want to play to the audience because they spent their
And
hard earned money, and time and gas to even come to the show and support not only the headliners but like us, like the support acts, like. Right, we were one of five, and everyone was there at the start of the show, and it was like,
yeah.
and it was like, and it was like, and the fact that I can do the patch changes from the computer means I can now, be grateful that you guys are here, and I can perform to you guys because
Yep.
that's the reason why we're doing this because we're performing for you guys, and
Yep.
that's the best part. So it's like, yeah, so as much as I can free up having to move around and not be performing to the crowd, I'll take.
Yep. And
Right.
I think you're right too, like talking like so for myself, I'll be running another guitar track as well. And
Yes.
that's what the band is. The band is myself, bass, drums, vocals, and that's it. We don't plan on filling another spot, and
Yeah.
that's the
Exactly.
band's wish. And
Mhm.
you're creating that album sound out live.
Exactly.
Um, and if people, I respect the people that don't too. You know what I mean?
hmm
If you want to
hmm
have 10 pedals, that's cool, dude. I do it.
Yeah, like
You know?
a good example of that was like the band that played after us was who was on the whole tour, Heavy Hitter. They didn't use anything. They didn't use
Yeah.
triggers, no samples. They didn't have any backing tracks. They were just raw, no rubber.
Yeah, and
and,
that's
and
I
that's how they
respect
do
it.
it. And I
Yeah.
same, yeah. I like they weren't like pro like oh you guys using backing tracks oh you guys are not doing it right. They were like that. They were sweet dudes and they just wanted to do it that way, and I respect that.
That's it. It's
Exactly.
all a preference, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Same with like having guitar cabs on stage. That's their preference. They want that sound, and that's the sound they're getting with the cabs, and it was like cool.
Yeah.
And then like, and like again, like anything to make the show sound and run smoothly and as best as possible, I'm all for. Like the first
Yeah.
night, I was kind of a little shaky on the guitar track, but I'm like, why the fuck am I? Why? It as long as it make is it adding to our show? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll with it. It's not an issue to me anymore. So it's just like, and just
To
having
me,
that
I would
huge
feel like
sound.
do you feel like you push harder to play like because like you said, you hear your mistakes, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? If you have them. And then at the same
Oh, I
time,
do
you're
a
well,
lot.
and then you're playing to something that doesn't. You know what I mean? The other guitar track most likely doesn't have any mistakes in it.
It doesn't.
But
No.
within,
Before.
so to me, you're pushing yourself that much harder to be able to play along with that track without making those errors, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, that's thank you. I that was a perfect description. Literally, I make sure that the click and that guitar track is cranked because
Yeah.
I know that guitar track is as perfect as possible while still being having the flaws, but it's still as perfect as possible. And what that
Yep.
allows me to do is be able to hear something that is perfect and then try to match that and try to make it feel and try to be as perfect as possible. And the cool
Yeah.
thing is that if I fuck up, I fucked up, and it's like,
Yeah.
Uh,
it's cool, and it's like most people aren't really gonna notice unless if it's a big mistake, but it's like. It's again. Then I start pushing myself harder during the set to be like, okay, let's try. Let's make sure to not do that again.
Yeah.
I think
And
that's
I
when
think it really helps me
Because
out.
you can't stop. You know, what I mean,
Yeah,
it's
no redos live.
yeah,
You're on
no,
a strict 25-minute
right.
set. You have like maybe 15 minutes just to load in and load off. You don't get the
yeah,
luxury of can we get redos, and it's not like that would be stupid if anyone got a redo on a song, unless if it's like technical
right.
difficulties. But like
Redo
redo, rewind,
in 5, 4. No,
Uh,
that would be
and a
funny.
one, and a two, and a three.
Right.
I think that's one crazy thing about the pandemic is like I maybe the technology existed like prior to the pandemic, but I've really noticed that like it's been pushed a lot more. Like more bands have had like these live streams to where that's how they do it. Like they have the backing
Yep,
tracks, but then they're playing over top of it,
exactly. Yeah,
just like
like
Yeah.
just like JT's stream. Like
exactly.
but
Yeah.
don't get me started on how he records his shit. Oh my god, like,
Dude, that
quad
dude, I strive to be like that guy, man.
dude,
Like
like
the way like he tracks things, like, hey, no big deal. I'm just playing this techie ass part now. I'm
yeah,
nailing it
yeah,
first
yeah.
try.
Four,
No big deal.
four
Right.
times, one take, just
And one take, just that tight. I'm like, you asshole. I want to be.
dude,
He's still good.
have you seen when he zooms in? Do you see how close he is to the grid? I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Dude, he's a madman, man. Yeah. Again, that's why he's one of my biggest influences. Dude is a monster player.
Yeah.
And like, and I watched one of those URM Academy videos on like it was an Amir song. I can't remember which track they were doing, but he was like, yeah, this JT track guitars in like 2 3 days, and I'm like, and at that point I was like, you know what? I'm not even surprised. This dude is a tank. I wouldn't be surprised if he tracked those
Oh
in
yeah.
that little amount of time. Now it's his first record, I think, with Amir, so it was just like that is dude is a legend.
Man,
Yeah, the
I
way
tell
he
you
plays
what.
live though is crazy.
Yeah.
I
I've
never
I've been
seen
an
him.
Amir fan from way back. It's like Sean and I both. But and I'm not trying to like, you know, uh I guess I don't know how to say it, but I'm not trying to say that JT makes Amir what it is, but he definitely added something that just wasn't there before. And
I 100% agree.
yeah,
He here's the thing with Amir.
like
Like
look at yourself, dude. Like I play the
Yeah,
um
shit
that
out
was
of
like the
that, dude.
first record like that did it for me since like
Yeah.
almost their very first record, like with Goodbye to the Gallows. Like it just was like an evolution of their sound, and
Yeah, and the tone, like his guitar tone and some of that stuff, and not even like the 9 string stuff,
oh
like
yeah,
some of the stuff he did
it's just that like so good
with
make
his
you want to
seven.
slap your monotone, like just
Dude,
yeah.
slap your mom.
such a bite. Like
Dude,
it had such punch.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a riff off Look at Yourself, the what's it called? Derelict. First time I heard that, I was like, "Oh, dude, they won."
Yeah.
Amir just scored. Like, I never really bothered to, not in a mean way, but I never really like checked out Amir stuff because I was like, it was cool, but it wasn't really my thing. I
Yeah.
Yeah,
suppose,
they kind
but
of fell out for me for a while,
yeah,
like that first album.
mhm,
I forgot the name of it now.
yes, it's
Like,
some weird, but oh, Goodbye to the Gallows. That was I
yeah,
think that's what it
Yeah.
yeah,
was. Yeah,
Sean said it. That's right.
yeah, yeah.
But
But
like from there, then I fell away from it. But
yeah,
look, look at yourself. I was like, oh my God.
when they got Josh, I was like, I'm in.
Yeah,
Where we
for
going?
sure.
I'm in. Start me in.
Yeah.
Where we going? Yeah, and
Russian
then
Hotel Aftermath, dude.
woo.
Yeah. It's like I feel like I'm on like a ride, dude. You know?
I'm just
Like you just
wondering. I'm just wondering what he's doing with like these 40 tracks that he just like got sitting here.
pretty please release them, please. I miss more Josh music.
I know, man.
If not, give me Glass Cloud 3,
Yeah. Yeah. Or a Danza reunion.
Oh my god. I would
Wow.
I would do
Minus.
unspeakable thing. Well, minus Mr. Freeland, but
Yeah.
I would do unspeakable things for another Dancer record, even if it's just like no shows, just releasing music.
Yeah, that would be like a must show for me. I would not miss it.
Same. I'm so grateful that he even plays those songs because I don't know if he's even allowed to play those songs.
I know.
One dude almost ruined it for all of us.
Yeah,
When he was
dude,
posting it on YouTube, I'm like, dude, he can't really play that stuff.
bro,
Please go
Right.
down.
bro, I wish I would have started screen capping all these streams like years ago, just like so I could have them saved somewhere so I can rewatch them.
Right? Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, just be like, knowing that you'll never be like that, man. I'm just like,
Yeah.
at least get to experience it. I'm glad I'm at least able to see the Amir ones because I watch that video a lot. Sometimes if I have
Yeah,
nothing to
I do
watch while
too.
I'm eating, I just put on that video because I know it's gonna satisfy.
Yeah. Are you talking about that YouTube video?
Yeah, the one where he's
Yeah.
playing both the
Yeah.
last two Amir records all the way full. And I was like, if I ain't got nothing else to watch while I'm eating, I'm like, that one will do.
Yeah.
That
I
one always
watch that.
hits.
I watch that frequently too.
It's so awesome. He's just killing it. Like what? It's like 2 hours worth of 2 hours. How long are those records? Anyway, a lot of music, switching back and forth, just casually, just being
Yeah.
a boss about it. Yeah.
Dude, Sean did those the covers with JT. Have you seen those on this channel? Because this was Sean's channel before we did the podcast.
No,
But
you
they
gotta
did
send.
like they did
Oh,
what was
yeah,
it? El
yeah,
Nino cover?
yeah. Well, I sent JT a message on Discord. I'm like, dude, I had this idea, like, because JT's whole setup is green screen. I'm like, so what if I put myself in a green screen background, and we create an illusion to where we're playing together on the same,
I
like
need
in
to
the
see.
same
I need to
room.
see these immediately. Please send me this shit after the call. I need to see these immediately.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I
I
can
can't believe I haven't seen them yet. That's such a big on my
I
part.
can pull it up. Boy, maybe.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Let's see. I know you guys can see everything I can see. So we did two of them. We did one El Nino. And actually, both of them are El Nino covers.
Nice. Fuck yeah.
You ever hear that band?
I've heard of them, but
They're new metal era.
even better. Even better.
Yeah.
I'm a good sucker for some new metal.
Let's see here.
They were pretty cool though. Their vocalist actually during that time I thought was pretty heavy. Oh, you guys did I Am Loco?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I remember. Oh, I remember seeing something like this, but definitely play it again, please.
Okay.
I remember these though. Look at that freeze frame.
Uh-oh.
You nut, but you keep sucking.
Not only is it from Sean, but Sean did a cover song.
Hold on a
This is the
second.
first time I've ever really had this happen like this.
Let's see here.
Sean hit me up. Sean was like, I'm going to do a cover. I was like, say it, bro. What is it?
Hi, baby.
And he said, before I could even get in anything, he said, I'm going to do a cover.
Uh,
I'm going to throw it on the Gorf,
give me 1 second.
and I want you to play on it during the Gorf. I said, what did he say? Is that so? So this is happening right now, today. Critical is going down.
Yo, what's up, JT?
What up?
Want to play a song with me?
Yes, I
Gonna
do.
play El Nino. I Am Loco.
Let's go.
I was thinking you can like jam here,
I'll be right here.
and I'll jam here.
Okay,
I'll be right here.
It'll be cool.
I'm ready.
I shouldn't be allowed to talk to people.
Yes, you should.
All right, here we go.
What'd I do?
He fixes it just in time.
What is this? What the hell?
What the hell? What the hell?
Yeah. This right here, dude.
Of course, I had to keep up with chat.
Right?
That is so sick, dude.
Yeah, that's cool. You know what's funny too? Like you'll look at these videos. I'm like, Sean, this video's got 18 views. What
I
the
know.
hell?
Gotta post it. Is this
Yeah.
unlisted? Is this unlisted or is this on your channel?
Yeah, this is on.
It's on his channel.
It's on
Hell yeah.
the Twitch channel.
I'll be frequenting that after this.
Yeah, they got the
So cool,
dude. They
dude.
got the other one, and they're on the beach.
Yeah.
That is so badass.
And JT's like,
I got
I'm out here working on my tan or
Yeah,
something. He
yeah.
said.
Yeah. I wish I was that good with streaming OBS or whatever. I would love to do something like that with JT.
Yeah,
there's
the green screen stuff is really easy. It's not hard at all. You just need a decent green screen, and you need to light up the green screen to where it's like equally lit. Which if you have a nice light in your basement to where everything has light shining on it, nice, you're set. Like you just hit the chromatic. What is up with chromatic shit tonight?
yeah, there it is again. I think it's just there for you to not say right.
I know, man.
Bro's got the chromatic illness.
Yeah,
Chromatic syndrome.
yeah.
Cannot say the word chromatic. Nah, I got it. Words are hard. English is difficult.
I know, man. As soon as
You know word right.
As soon as I hit the stream button, it's downhill from here.
Yeah, literally. Anytime you're being filmed or like on camera, things just like, especially when like trying to like film yourself playing, you're just like everything just goes.
What's the movie where he's like doesn't know what to do with his hands?
Yeah.
Is that Talladega Nights or something?
Yeah. What am I doing with my hands?
Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah. Yeah, I've tried the green screen and everything Sean just said, it did not work for me. Like my shit looked horrible. Like this is just the Zoom background change.
Oh yeah, this is
But I have the green screen somewhere. You can't see it. Try to make it
It's probably
over here.
Probably because I have like bright ass lights in my basement that I installed.
Yeah. Yeah, mine are just like the Buffalo Bill lights.
Put the lotion in the basket. Yeah.
My lights look like they're blinding you guys. Mine's are like beacons right now. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there they are.
I'm using my really bad like Mac.
Yeah, it's like nighttime when you're driving and like you see the headlights and it's just that glare.
You're just you are the deer. You have become the deer.
That's what my grandma sees right there.
Retro. We saw a deer on the road, like pulling into a hotel on an off day. We almost hit it. Our vocalist is a very big animal rights activist. So,
yeah.
Like, don't hit it. I'm like, Tanya, we're not gonna hit it. We promise. We're not gonna hit it. It just
like we don't want to hit it.
We don't want to hit it, but like, the poor little thing just was scared and just came running in front of the van.
Yeah.
It was okay.
And people don't realize like it will pulverize your shit.
Oh, dude.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It was a baby deer too. Like even the baby ones will like just wreck your shit.
Do you have deer in California?
Nope. Well,
really?
We do, but like it's not like as it's not like here.
It's
like
popular.
Anywhere it's not as popular.
Like dude, we have signs up that have deer crossings.
As we were driving, we saw a shit ton of those signs. We were like, oh, wow, it's a big deal over here.
Right. If you got to put a sign up that shows a picture of a deer.
Literally. If you have to put awareness for it, then like, you should probably be careful.
No, dude, I was putting out my trash last year, and I put out the trash can, and the one was empty, and I started to walk it out, and I'm like, what am I doing? It's empty. I'll just put it back by the house. So I put it back by the house. I look over, and there's a fucking deer like this close to my face, and I just like slowly turned and walked towards the house, and he did the same. He just turned and walked in the opposite direction. I'm like, that just happened.
We both disregarded each other.
Sorry, Buddha. It's like a Canadian. Sorry, Buddha. Wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, we get them now. They migrate down here from. We're not that far from Canada.
No.
How far are you? Because you got Canada border too. So, right, California Canada border.
I'd say we're a little ways down. There's I forget what's above us, but I think it's Alabama. I'm pulling up a map
Okay. Our
because
dude, our
I'm
like our Michigan to Canada border is like straight up like it's harder. It's easier to go to Canada than to come back from Canada. Like
yeah.
they'll search your car for just I mean, they'll ask you questions. They'll make you feel guilty. You didn't even do nothing wrong, you know?
Yeah,
Right,
nothing
right.
wrong. Just make you feel bad somehow. So
Yeah.
Washington is above. It goes California, Oregon, and then Washington. So
Okay.
and
So
then and then
that's the crossover.
that's a crossover, yeah. And then yeah, I remember our tour manager was saying like, hey, "You have your passport, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay, just be prepared. You might be going into Canada on this tour." I'm like, "Oh shit, oh
I
shit."
we'll see. Now for me, for us, we have it's called an enhanced license.
Oh yeah, what's
So
that?
you don't have to have a passport for Canada. You just
Oh
get this
wow.
$50 thing on your regular driver's license and you can go to Canada.
Oh well, does it expire or is it just like
Uh,
Just I mean as your driver's license expires, but
true? Oh wow, okay, damn,
yeah. But you can't go
that's
like
cool,
anywhere else like that
cool.
requires passport versus,
So it's like out of country.
Yeah.
yeah, most of us don't go to Canada just because like it's such a pain in the ass coming back to the United States. Like and
Oh, I
like
can
the whole
imagine.
process of like crossing the border.
Yeah,
Probably a pain in
I
the
went
ass.
for work a few times and I haven't been there since. I mean, I would go. Like there's some casinos over there and
Yeah,
shit, but we got those in Detroit too, so.
I would like to visit Canada, but
Hmm.
after seeing the comments about like during like tour posts, seeing how many people get angry that they aren't going to so and so place in Canada, I'm like, you know what? Be nice to visit, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I live there.
uh,
I heard as far as like venues, it's pretty scarce and it's like
Yeah,
big driving to get from one to the other.
yeah, like
yeah,
there's not a lot. It's like same goes for Australia too.
Yeah,
Like it's very far distances from like say like Melbourne to like Perth or Sydney.
right.
Yeah, that's why Australia tours are so scarce. Same with
Yeah.
European tours. Yeah, it was like we were talking to our manager. He was going, yeah, a lot of people don't even bring merch to like to those shows because like a lot of times people don't really buy stuff. It's mainly Europe.
Really.
Yeah, like they were saying, like yeah, like a lot of European people just don't like buying things. So they kind of
Yeah.
like that's also a reason why some like European tours, especially for smaller bands, are so short because it's like it's also extremely expensive to
Yeah,
go
see
over
that's
there.
crazy. Maybe it's like a what do you want to say? Like a trend over here because I feel like I buy the stupidest clothes, dude. Like I'll go on Amazon and make my own shirt. Like just
I have so much band merch. I need to stop.
oh yeah, me too. Local bands like
Hmm.
the guest we had on 2 weeks ago, he plays in a local band from around us.
Oh, nice,
And
nice.
like I got a shirt of his, I got a shirt, I feel like well, like you said, you're supporting just like you saying, hey, no, take my money.
Yeah, literally, yeah, like yeah, I
It's
want to
like, no, I
support the
want to
people.
support your band.
Exactly, yeah. I don't. I always wonder, like, please don't refuse. I want to help you guys out.
Yeah, for
Like, if
sure.
you and it's the icing on the cake if you make cool shit like both these bands do. Like, dude,
Yeah.
like the merch spread on like the Victims run was like they always kill it and they always do so well in merch. Maybe that's why he was like that. But like,
Is
yeah,
that
like
did they have a female drummer,
yeah,
right?
yeah, she
Yeah,
is.
they're killer, dude.
She's amazing. Dude, I give all my power to her because that must be so difficult for her. She has cystic fibrosis.
Oh, really?
oh wow.
Yeah, so she's like she couldn't. She was saying like they were doing VIP. She couldn't see anybody in the venue, or she only could see people during VIP because of how like because of her health concerns.
Oh, wow.
Like yeah, she's been killing it. She's doing great.
Yeah, yeah, they got a good sound. Are they from Chicago?
They're from
Yeah,
Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, they're from Illinois.
Illinois. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to show you this merch spread though. It was sick. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that, but
Oh, yeah, I see it.
yeah, like that a sick ass windbreaker. I don't know where I'm swiping. Oops, I'm backwards, blinding you at the same time. Jesus, hold on. Yeah, they have like
Yeah,
sick.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got
Oh,
very
yeah,
two.
cool.
like the jerseys.
Yeah, they really kill it though. Yeah, this was funny. Like the kill me please. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
they have a
that's the
lot.
thing. Like that shirt you have on too. Like I've always loved super colorful, like non-traditional colors, like not so black and red like your typical deathcore death metal. Like I like like Black Dahlia always did like hot pinks and just
Mm-hmm.
different. I'm like, dude, that's
Yeah,
anything
like
that pops like that,
yeah,
I
you
like
know?
love that. It's
see
that
you
peacock
next
moment.
Tuesday used to be lots of
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
merch like that.
It's like a
yeah,
peacock. It's like a peacock moment, you know. It's like
yeah,
I
like
never
I
thought of
mentioned.
it like that. Yeah.
I love to say it like that because like it same goes with like the guitars that I was playing back then. That was my peacock moment. I do like to dress like kind of crazy.
yeah,
I am now like I was doing like a whole bunch of like flamboyant like type shit, but I love doing that and that's why I did it.
right.
Um, I try
A
to
way to express yourself.
exactly, yeah, and I try to pair it with like I think you already see this picture, but like yeah, this for example, like
Yeah.
crazy ass shirt. Like I had to be careful not to flash anybody because of how open the shirt was. But
Right,
but now I'm like into more of a deathcore band, so I'm like trying to
right.
you know, still like
Now,
with have my guitar be like or like my favorite color is the color pink. So like when I saw this, I was like I had to have it.
yeah,
So like
that's sweet.
I love colors and I love
So
it's kind of hard when our dress code is black and white. So I got to trying to make that work
Right.
with some breaking the rules and here and here and there with some
so
Yeah.
yellows and stuff. But like yeah.
how much material does Monochromatic Black have? Do they have like a full length or EP or?
So as of right now, we currently have Mono has like a mini album EP. It's like 7 songs. That's the first thing they released called Numa. Then they released or we released. Then I wasn't in the band at that point, but they released a full length called Vicissitude, which is really good. And then last year or 2023, I do not know dates. Give me a moment. I think 2023 was when they dropped their latest EP.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
this year. Let's see.
The reason I ask is I think I've only heard like 2 of their songs, but like from what I heard, I was like, damn, this is awesome.
Thank you, dude. Yeah, it was 2024. My bad. Predations was the last thing we dropped.
I try to
And
keep up
now
with.
we're. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I
My
try to
bad.
keep up with lots of bands. It's just that there's so many today. Like,
I agree. There's so many to go through. There's so many to like, because then like, because you have to like end up liking it to keep
Yeah.
right.
listening to them. So it's like
No,
it's a
you're right.
Yeah,
very
like
picky.
all the brutal metal. I'm like, I'll just wait for the gore because someone will post it. Like,
Yeah, like, but yeah, like I wasn't really a big deathcore guy until joining this band, which is interesting to me. Like,
Yeah.
um, I did that run and I was like, shit, I'm starting to be a deathcore boy, low key.
Right.
I'm starting to like this stuff. Like I always appreciated it. It wasn't necessarily my style, but like there's always
Yeah.
like little hits of it in the metalcore I would listen to, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like once I heard like bands like because in September we had played with we were on an Oceano show.
hmm
They were playing with To the Grave, and that's how we met Victims. To the Grave, Victims, and Half Me, and I was like, and then To the Grave went on. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
yeah.
you guys are sick. And then Oceano went on. I was like, okay, yeah, I've been missing out. I've been missing out a little bit.
Yeah. No,
Oh
it's cool.
man.
And all these genres now, like you said, they blend together so well. Like even you saying earlier, talking about like being hip hop and R&B influences, um, metal and hip hop are a lot of collabs,
There's a lot of sick
with those
groups.
two genres.
There's a lot of sick groups that are
Yeah.
blending both of them. And like again, Issues will always be my favorite out of the bunch. They just, God man, vocalists ruin it for everybody.
Or like look at a lot of like and I think your newest song, your latest release in Fracture, the
Yeah.
very tail end of it, you have like a hip hop beat like trailing out.
Yeah, it's a very what's it called yeah, and throughout the song there's like the start of the song has some trap stuff. During the
Yeah.
bridge there's like there's trap hats going off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good way to put it, trap, yeah.
we
So
like yeah,
but you're seeing that a lot more now. Like
absolutely.
Carcosa's does that.
Hmm.
Try to think of other bands that are incorporating that.
Within Destruction does
Yeah,
that
oh
quite a
yeah.
bit.
Yep.
Who else does
Yeah,
that?
I like it. I think it's a cool fit.
There's a band off Unified called Our House or Our like Hour as of the time and then House.
Yeah.
They do it very very well. There's a lot of cool projects that are doing it super well. But yeah, I love I love that, dude, because
Yeah,
it
it's
was like
cool.
my two worlds like colliding almost. Like
Yeah.
before I even heard a rock song, I was in a rap to rap and pop, and I was like mainly in rap, and I was like, and then yeah, being a metalhead, and then seeing those two together, I'm like, dude, it's low-key a very very cool combination of styles,
Yeah,
especially
for
R and
sure.
B and metal. It's like for some reason like because a lot of R&B and like neo soul is very groovy, and it's like same with
Yes.
metal. There's a lot of groovy stuff, groovy riffs, and it's just a nice pairing. This melding the two is very very cool.
Yep, I think so too. You get that like I don't want to say that, like a breakdown because I mean obviously that works too, but like you said, just a good solid groove or like a pocketed riff,
Hmm.
Yeah,
and then you
Exactly.
have that trap that fits right into it too. It's like they
Right.
go hand in
Yes.
hand.
So that's why I'm glazing issues now. But they did that so well, especially on the last record they did. They did like they were blending in all like this, you know.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, the album's really beautiful. Oblivion is really good, but I will have to say Headspace is probably the one before that was my favorite one.
Yeah,
Which is funny because that was the one I was like it took me forever to get into
right.
when I was first checking them out because it was like the biggest shift in their sound at the time. But yeah, like the way they have this very groovy pocketed riff underneath like this soaring like chorus is just like they did it so well, and they knew and like they knew like they've always been a polarizing band, but they knew how to kind of make it work and then make it sound good, make it feel like it fits, and you're not just tossing a vocal on top of gent.
yeah.
Yeah,
What band are we talking about?
Issues.
Oh,
Back
okay.
issues.
to back to
Oh,
issues.
okay. All right.
It's always been issues.
It's nothing but issues.
Always has been.
Did
Yeah.
you hear? So on my way home today, I was or this maybe on the way to work, I was listening to the Silent Planet Invent Animate. Did you hear that?
Oh, that's a
Oh
good one.
yes. I was so
Yeah,
glad to be living in being in New York when it came out.
yeah,
I got to hear it earlier.
yeah. It's
Yeah, I was gonna cover that one, and then I started doing it, and then I got very busy, and then someone else did it before I did. I was like, they
right.
got it, they got it.
Dang it,
Yeah.
right.
Maybe I'll do the whole thing
Do you,
because
Yeah,
I did start covering it. I have some guitar stuff in there. I started
yeah,
tracking stuff, but I was like, there's no rush. I'm focusing on the band right currently, even though I do
yeah.
suck at
No,
posting on
that's
YouTube.
cool.
I wanted to ask, how much of your covers do you learn by ear?
Everything.
Jesus Christ.
Really?
Yeah, I don't use tabs. The only thing like that I'll use that if I'm having trouble figuring out a tuning,
Right.
like with like currently I'm doing a full album cover of Headspace by Issues. I've been grinding plugging away at that. And like I wasn't
Man.
sure on some songs were pitch shifted or if they just
Yeah, I could see
different
that being
tuning.
hard.
So like Sheet Happens has most of everything. So what I do is I go in there, I only look at the tuning, and then but everything else is done by my ear, and I just try to make it as uh, close to the original as possible. And
Stream's
then
over.
yeah, I feel that's the most genuine way. No
That's
shade to anyone
awesome. That's awesome to
thank you.
do that.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
not throwing any shade to anybody who does it. You know, just tossing the song in. Nobody want. I'm sure they don't want to. No, most people don't want to go through basically remaking the song, which I understand. Which I have no hate against at all. You do
Man.
whatever you want, but it made the most rewarding way to recover a song is to do it completely how I would envision it, or if it was my song, how I would produce it. You know, kind of
Yeah.
feel
That's wild, man. To do like
thanks.
the
That,
drums and bass and guitar. Woo.
yeah.
You know,
That actually I wanted to ask you that being that, like, have you thought about tracking other projects for like as a producer?
yeah, I've thought about it. I'm a little it's always been a little daunting,
Yeah.
but like, cause like I take a long time as it is for that stuff. I say
Yeah.
a long time, and then stuff comes out like 2 days after the release. I know it sounds crazy, but like
It's a lot of work, man.
it is a lot of work, and I feel like this is somebody is paying me money to like do this. I just don't want to give them a product that they might not like. I just feel nervous about it. You know, I
Yeah.
maybe in the future, but
Yeah. I could see there being like vision, like for myself, I'm just saying, like if I was doing it, I can see being a producer and being like, all right, well, I picture this going this way. And you might
yes,
have a band that is like, no, we want this. and you're like, ah,
Yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah, I don't want
you
to,
know,
and I don't want to step on the band's vision. I just want to make. I would just like to make the
yeah,
best version of it. Maybe yeah, I wouldn't mind maybe producing, but the mixing and mastering, no.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's probably
dude,
my biggest fear.
mastering
Yeah,
sucks.
Now, so do you send yourself your stuff for mix master?
I do not. I mix and master everything
Do you?
myself.
Oh, well, you see, you're doing a good job, man.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just like imposter syndrome. I guess is
Yeah,
how I would say.
that's probably what it, yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to ruin someone else's baby. I don't want
Yeah.
to. I don't want to mess up their vision. Like again, like I was saying, I take very long time, like for
Yeah.
my own projects or for Fracture, whether it be Fracture or Mono. I just want it to be perfect, but
And with like
in
you
the
being
future,
in those projects and you're touring and stuff, like it would really be
yeah,
hard, probably time frame wise for you, I imagined at least.
especially now, yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
I would feel like I don't want it to be
Maybe down
fully.
the road when
Yeah,
you're,
yeah.
when you're 50 years old and you're, you know,
When I'm road worn veteran.
you're right.
Yeah, cause like I don't know, like example, like Buster does that on the road, and he makes like he's anything he touches, Buster Odom touches is gold.
Dude, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So any a lot and like our tour manager was like on a tour where he was on Chaos and Carnage tour. Chaos, is that a was that a festival or
Yeah,
tour? One of the two.
festival.
Yeah.
Chaos and
Yeah.
Carnage. Right, yeah, he's and then because of Humanity's Last Breath was on there, and he was saying like, yeah, he didn't see anybody. He maybe say hi to he said hi to him like 2 or 3 times, but he was always just in his van,
Right.
like
Just a
on
grind.
AirPods mixing and mastering.
Did you see Throne win the award? That like they literally walked out. They're like, "Thank you so much," and like walked back.
They
Right,
walked
like-
on like in like the hoodies and like
Yeah, yeah.
like they're forced to be there.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks, guys.
What was
Bye,
that for
guys.
Nick Nocturnal?
No, it was like another like a award show. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
yeah, it's like Revolver.
Yeah,
Oh,
Revolver. Yeah, Revolver. It was like, yeah, they just walked on there, like hands in pockets, like thank you so much, and then just walked off the stage.
That's funny.
Dude, that's one band that like got wildly popular. Like they got like 1.3 million.
They're killing it right now, dude.
And like for like 2-minute songs, like the whole album is like 20 minutes.
Dude,
Yeah.
the whole album didn't even crack over 25 minutes.
I tell
I
you
was
what,
like,
though,
they're
it's good. Yeah.
they're giving Veil and Maya a run for their money. The
Right.
shortest albums of all time.
Oh my god, that's true.
But it's like it was like that Knock Loose record. It didn't overstay its welcome, and I felt like it was a powerful statement in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do you guys feel about Knock Loose? Actually, now that I think about it,
You want me to be brutally honest?
yeah, be as honest as you possibly can. I don't.
I personally would mix it differently, but I
Fair.
like it. I've seen them live, and it's undeniable that they're fucking so brutal. Like,
Oh yeah, insane.
Me personally, like back in like the mid 2000s when the Acacia strain first came out, what they did to like compensate for his really high vocals is they distorted the fuck out of the vocals. And that's kind of like what I would like to hear in Knock Loose, because like his vocals are so harsh, like
Yeah,
and it
probably
almost
a pain in the ass to mix that. Honestly,
yeah. And I'm like, if me personally, if I was to mix it, I would bury his vocals in the mix to where like because right now when I listen to it, I can't really enjoy it because the vocals are so loud. Like
yeah.
but,
Also, to no, go ahead. Sorry.
but I do I like his screams, but if I'm just being honest, I can do about 2 or 3 songs and I have to stop listening to it because it's just
Not
too
fair.
much.
I totally understand that. Yeah, his vocals are very much an acquired taste, which is interesting because, like, he was on Jimmy Kimmel's show and did a perfect pig squeal.
Yeah,
I know.
or a perfect brie, whatever it was. But like, and I was just like, but I know he's purposefully doing that.
yeah.
Yeah.
He said that he just wants that one, like the called the angry Chihuahua sound on the records, and then he just kind of goes crazy live.
Dude, there's
I
been.
think.
Oh, sorry. I need to shut up. Go ahead, man.
Oh no.
you're
I'm
good.
just. I agree with all of it. I think We talked about Knock Loose today, didn't we, Sean?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we were talking about him today.
Dude, we were talking about like 7 hours ago.
Yeah, but Deep in the Willow for me, like you know, they're a call out, but
Knock loose, motherfucker.
yeah, to me it's powerful, you know.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't know what it is, but I think the other song is slept on. I know they play it live, and thank God they do, but like that song hits. Like the
yeah,
outro, everything is quiet now.
Oh man,
I was
I
visited by death again upon loss. Everything is quiet now. That shit. Boom, 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 boom.
yeah,
Yeah, that shit had my gave
I
me
saw him
chills.
open for Motionless in White, and
Oh, sick.
I wasn't a huge fan of him, but like when I heard the guitar tone, I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like,
Buzzsaw.
um, the, I don't know the distortion. I looked it up. He uses like a swollen pickle, which is a fuzz pedal, but it
Yeah.
breaks up the distortion. And when it does that, the amp is more efficient at breaking up the
Yes.
gain. And I'm like, oh my god,
It's
dude.
like the most clear. That one, without going extreme, that's probably like the best like fuzz for like if you wanted to just to add to the to your tone.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if you're gonna add fuzz, new mono stuff has a lot of it. Where I'm adding like in have you ever heard of the cathedral pedal from Spline Laboratories? This like sought after fuzz. Anyways, it's an HM2 clone, but it's a lot more controlled.
I heard
But yeah,
HM2. I haven't
yeah.
heard of the Cathedral one.
Oh, that one is like the how do I say this? It's like the what sells out quickly in the metal like world, like it was like merch or something. Oh, like sleep token tickets. It's like that, dude.
Oh
They make
yeah,
small batches
right.
and they sell out immediately. They're like got like a little cult following. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is like you either go full buzzsaw with a fuzz or you let it add to your tone, which is what the swollen
yeah.
pick will add to your tone. The HM2 and the cathedral just make it sound like a fucking buzzsaw. And like a lot of the heavy
Yeah.
parts on this new mono stuff is using that because it's fun.
Like
It's
like
fun and
Really?
it's
like
So,
unique.
like dude, I want to
Yeah.
show you this real quick. So I was messing around with pedals in XFX3, and there's a pedal called Face Fuzz,
Oh yeah.
and
Probably
well,
modeling a face one of those like smiley face fuzzes by
well, you tell me how
the
this
fuzz
sounds.
face.
Oh shit.
Not the homework folder. No, I'm kidding.
right.
The homework folder.
Oh, I have a homework folder. Fuck.
Sorry, very sexual sense of humor sometimes.
Yeah, I'll skip to the end here.
Yeah, dude, yeah. That's the sound. That's the sound. Yeah.
That's
That's
the
sweet.
Like that is just adding to the aggression. Like
yeah.
man, I love fuzz on anything to add to like just to add to it is like
It's
that
hard.
reminds
It's hard, like get because you don't know like when you're adding too much. Like I think my nose is getting blocked. Sorry about that.
Very good.
You don't know when you're using too much, and you don't know when you're using not enough when like you're stacking tracks.
Exactly, yeah.
You know.
The way
Yeah.
we do it is like, yeah, like a lot of like the new mono has a lot of guitar layers, as in like rhythm layers, which I haven't done before and I've wanted to explore. Like, there's so much quad tracking on this new EP, and then like there's a we just got a song back for mixing and mastering. Um, what's it called? Yeah, we got it back, and there's like one of the parts is like 8 guitars going at once on each side.
Really?
There's like there's like 8 guitars on each side, and it's like they're
Oh
literally just
wow.
adding. yeah, it's like I felt bad for our mixing and mastering guy. I was like, sorry about that. There's like 8 guitars happening at once at this point, and he goes, I hate you, but this is sick. I hate you though.
He's probably got like 8 different EQs, like on specific frequencies on each one.
Literally, probably so. I wonder if you can. I wanted to show you a little something actually, some new mono that kind of showcases this. These are some demos. Again, I'd probably get smited if they knew I was doing this, but I don't care. I love you guys. Just giving you some sneak peeks. If you can hear this, I hope you guys can hear this.
Yeah.
The song's called XL Gangstas. We haven't named it yet.
So if you click on the Zoom share, it'll have like a share audio check mark. You could do it that way. Or if you just hold your phone up to the speaker, whatever works.
Like share sound, and then like, do I do?
I might have to stop sharing for a moment to do that. Hold on a second. Where is the damn thing?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh, so I have to. I'm not able to.
Oh, here we go. All right,
it won't let me.
You should be able to do it now.
I'd have to quit Zoom. I can just play it in the. I'll just play it through the speaker.
Okay.
Yeah, it would quit. I don't want to do that. Oh, hello. There we go. Sorry. It said it would quit Zoom, but here I'll just play it on my phone. Of course I can't find it. Where is it? So here it is. So this has like, again, like 4 guitars on each side, but like they're all serving a purpose, and it's so janky. Sorry.
No, this is cool.
Oh yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
That's
the
it.
breakdown. Thanks, dude. And then the breakdown is like equally as gross.
Oh, that wasn't the breakdown?
Dude, there's like 7 in this song, man.
Yeah.
Oh, where is it?
Oh yeah.
You get dumb on this record.
Really?
Very caveman.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Good God.
That's awesome, dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I shit
It's
you
like
not.
it came through as like lo-fi.
No, dude,
Jesus
we get
Christ.
like, dude, that song is stupid. We literally said, what if we just write a caveman song? There's like it's low key a riff salad, but it's like cool because it's like the only song that does that, and it's just heavy as shit the whole time. Like that outro goes from 80 BPM to 4. We go to 40 BPM at the very end of the song.
That's crazy.
Because what it goes into is like the rest of the record after that is atmospheric. And it's ridiculous.
I'm looking forward to that shit. That's good shit.
Oh,
Thanks,
yeah.
dude. We're trying to release a song this month. As of right now, it's currently February, so this month.
Sweet.
Hell yeah, man. Well, guys, I think that's a good spot to end it. We're at 3 hours and 13 minutes, our longest podcast ever.
Really?
yeah.
Damn, time flies.
Hell yeah, dude.
Holy hell, dude.
Yeah,
Man.
for sure.
Well,
I
anyone
not
out
like 3
there?
hours. Let's keep going. Fuck it.
Yeah, Pull a JT stream, man. We'll just be on there till noon tomorrow.
You guys are still on?
It's like, aren't supposed to be Pierce? We're supposed to be on a flight. What the fuck? Still going?
Oh,
Hey, this is
shit.
super fun. Thanks for having me, guys. I really
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
it.
Thanks for coming on and filling us in on some. We got some inside scoops today, and
Oh, yeah.
we'll have to do this again.
Absolutely, I'd love to do this again.
Maybe as you get some stuff dropping too, and you get a little
sure.
break from tour or something.
For sure, I'll definitely I'll send you guys some new stuff. Y'all are homies, so
Yeah,
I'll
for
send-
sure,
I'll send-
man.
send-
Thank you.
I'll send you the rest of this.
Yeah.
I'll send you the whole fucking thing. I have the whole thing back.
Oh, that's great, dude. Thanks a lot.
Stick
course,
around
dude.
for a second. I'm just going to end the stream now. All right, everyone. Have a good day. Hopefully you like the stream. It's
And
been
if you
awesome.
didn't, don't ever come back.
Don't
Never come back, boy.
boy.
Don't you come back. I want to see you again.